Greetings and salutations, Dota fans! It is I, Badger, back for some more of the Lads Season 10 action. I am joined tonight by the usual suspect, the man of many titles, Mr. Nouns Esports, Mr. Dota Buff, Mr. 5-Rap 4-Staff, Mr. Atomic War Expert, Logical Dota. How are you on this fine evening?
I'm doing good. I've ended a topic war game technically, so my disconnected body is fighting other people. I have to see once that game ends. After this game ends as well, if I ended up winning or what.
You end up winning, that's how you know it was truly distance.
That's right.
But we are here for a match between Sus and Toilet Jork. Both teams have had a little bit of struggles this season. Both teams have had flashes of brilliance, so it's two very interesting teams in terms of the pecking order. I think if either team dominantly wins this match 2-0, we could say, all right, now this team's legit, but I think the expected result's probably a 1-1. What are you thinking so far?
I mean, generally I would expect Sus to 2-0 pretty handily, but yeah, I mean, as you said, they've been slipping up a little bit. Season. I mean, yeah, honestly, I still kind of expect Sus to 2-0. These are like solid teams, what I think. I think Sus is just generally better. They definitely have the history.
I guess we can know if Sus is back if they win the series 2-0. They beat some ass, they win dominantly, and they show, hey, this is what you get for doubting us, Badger Dota, Logical Dota. We're just going to win 2-0, or perhaps they won. I mean, they've lost a lot of games so far, so what can you do?
Alright, they take the Pudge. Pudge was like, I don't know if we casted those here. Yeah, we definitely casted this series. The last Sus series 10 days ago. They played Pudge both games. They played Grimstroke and Pudge both games. And so, interested to see what Toilet Jork's going to do about the Pudge, because clearly this is something that Sus has practiced a lot. And so they take it on the 6th pick, which is pretty interesting. They left Wisp in. Normally those are the like 2 strats from Sus. So, I mean, they're going to have to... I'm pretty confident that Sus is going to pick a Razor on this 8 pick, unless they pick... Like, I don't even know anything that is super... That's a super good counter to Razor. They're gonna need some Razor answer here. I can appreciate them stealing Pudge, but just interested to see what they're gonna take.
There's a couple heroes that come to mind as Razor answers, but I'm pretty sure they're all awful, so I'm not even going to bring them up. It's like Centaur's a pretty good Razor answer, but I'm pretty sure Centaur is bad right now.
Centaur stock is rising a little bit. I think the hero is it's like actually pretty solid. I mean, at level 1 you have a 2-second stun, which is kind of crazy. I know you gotta hit the hoof stomp obviously, but 2 seconds stun level 1 is pretty impressive. Centaur stocks are rising, but I think the hero is definitely still experimental. I don't think anyone thinks that Centaur is the best hero right now. Alright, and that's Razor.
And then you said they would pick Razor at 8. Lo and behold, they pick Razor at 8, and now it's on Toilet Jork. I'm sure they also knew this was coming, and it's going to be on them now to respond, hey, we have 3 picks to counter Razor, how do we do it?
Yeah, this combo is really strong right now, I think. This Wisp Razor. The lane's obviously just incredibly strong. You give attack speed to Razor, that's like the one thing the hero needs to just do a ton of damage, because you obviously steal a lot of damage from Static Link. Giving Razor sustain is also really nice, because this hero just kind of doesn't buy regen, or like, not doesn't buy regen, necessarily you're going to start the game with regen obviously, but this hero doesn't really get sustain for itself until you eventually get like that refresh orb, and you start getting the ring of health for the refresh orb, which is generally pretty late. I think I've seen some people buy like earlier Void Stones, earlier ring of healths, just like help your early farm, but I mean, generally you don't really buy pieces of that for a while, because most people end up going Falcon Blade into BKB into Refresher, and hitting timings are pretty important on this hero, so you don't really want to delay those with small items like that.
Speaking of Razor, but in terms of countering Razor, I think one thing that could be interesting concept-wise is grab heroes like this Mirana, grab heroes who can get away from the Razor. It's like, alright, you see Razor loves to just link these heroes, run them down, but if you have like 2-3 heroes who inherently have something built in their kit to get away from the Razor, whether it's a leap, a blink, whatever, that's always an option in terms of trying to limit this hero's early power.
Yeah, I mean it's decent. You're able to leap away from the Razor, as you said. So the Razor will never kill Mirana, but Mirana doesn't really do anything to like stop Razor either. I guess Moonlight Shadow is a tool. It's like solid against Razor. But For the most part, I don't think these heroes care that much. I guess you don't like playing against Marana if you're Razor, that's for sure. But they'll definitely have to have more in mind because and they're gonna need something to lane against this Wisp Razor, which there's already only a select few lanes that can actually do it. And then on top of that, I mean the Pudge is gonna die to the Razor the entire game. I'm not sure they're gonna need some way of dealing with that one because the Razor's just gonna sit on a Pudge. It doesn't even matter if you get hooked. If you've got two Eye of the Storms down, the Pudge is gonna die. This hero armor is like the number one thing you need, and even if you do buy phase boots, Vanguard, even if you get a plate mail for armor, you still just die to Razor. It does too much damage with two Eye of the Storms.
What about Blade Mail on Pudge? Is that just too far fetched? Or I guess if you Blade Mail, he goes BKB and just hits you anyways, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's the BKB to worry about. Blade Mail is like pretty fine, I think. Like Blade Mail is not bad at all, but it doesn't really like it doesn't give you that much armor still. Like it's 5 or 6 armor. I want to say. Let me double check this. Yeah, it's 6 armor, and so like it's decent, but you don't really use the damage aspect of it either. And the active's okay, but yeah, I mean, once again, as you said, Razor is going to have the VKB active, especially after the refresher. Then you just have uh I should know this. This is 12 seconds, right? Yeah, 12 seconds of BKB at least.
And then obviously, if you, I guess you could potentially even get more than that, but it's unlikely to happen. I mean, so hypothetically, you can get say 15 seconds, like an 8+7, or even a 9+8 for 70 seconds. But usually speaking, you buy the BKB before the refresher. And when do you not use BKB on the Razor before you buy the extra 5k item gold?
I mean, some games, if you're really on top of things, you win your lane hard, and then you just like take really easy fights where you can just kind of like stroll by and get a kill and then go back to farming. Some games you can get away with just having the BKB in your inventory and not actually pressing it. But most of the time, I mean, if that was to happen in a real game, I think like 9 times out of 10 it would just be the Razors playing more scared than they should be, and they're not really taking advantage of the fact that their hero is as strong as it is.
I'm hearing two scenarios, one in which the Razor will win probably 100% of the time, and the other one in which Razor will win 0% of the time. Because either you're ahead by that much and you're winning that hard, or you're scared that much and you're not utilizing your hero properly. You've probably
Oh no no
lost.
no! Sorry. I meant like you're like doing fine, like your hero's doing fine. You're just probably not getting the most that you could be. Like you could be farming more aggressively or something, and you can be getting more money just by like maybe pressing your BKB every once in a while, or you can like position yourself more aggressively in the fight. I think the last time we casted Ice Yeti's Wraith King, that was something that I talked about where he had 0 deaths and that looked good and he was like decently farmed, but he probably could have been positioning himself more aggressively, and yeah, he could have been doing more for the fights just because he was so strong.
All right, they picked the Centaur, which is a concept I was kind of wafting around, which I'm not sure if it's a good
That's
thing
good.
or a bad
I'm
thing.
impressed.
Because, I mean, sure, it's impressive for me, but the fact that they're thinking the way that I'm thinking can't be a good thing, right?
I mean I have to see like the Centaur Mirana lane's pretty cool because if you get a stomp, the hero just dies because these heroes do a lot of damage. Uh, they like synergize pretty well with each other as far as damage goes. That being said, I have to imagine that the Wisp Razor is good unless or the Wisp Razor is still favored in this lane unless there's like I don't know, unless there's some kind of misplay, like unless the Wisp gets stomped and then dies to an arrow at some point when he shouldn't.
You missed some of the pregame banter, but I mean, Foreplay was saying don't even stream the series, not worth casting. So perhaps he's thinking I'm gonna have a bad night. Maybe he'll make some unforced errors on the Razor, and that could swing it in the other direction. I mean, Centaur's a hero who loves to be ahead in the lane, but obviously getting ahead is a lot easier said than done.
Yeah, and like even if they do make mistakes, Mirana has nothing to like get the Razor off the Centaur. Really, like you can shoot an arrow, but that's not like dual breath or something. You know, that's not a that doesn't really get the Razor off the Centaur. You just have to sidestep the arrow really quick, and then you can keep linking the Centaur, which is just kind of a problem because they can kind of because once they hit level 3 with level 2 link and level 2 overcharge, you can kind of just like run at the Centaur, and as long as you stay outside of stomp range and you're cautious about where the arrow is, Dire can't really do a whole lot about that.
Out of a
Shaman.
Shaman and a Void Spirit in the second phase, and an instant Ember Spirit pick.
I like this Ember pick. I think Radiant's draft is like incredibly cookie cutter, and it's like pretty fine. I don't think it's I don't think it's particularly like it doesn't wow me or anything, and it's definitely not bad, but it's just extremely a cookie cutter, like their draft order and their hero picks. KU Void Spirit, though, so I mean, I understand why they want to pick it. And not like, yeah, I think their draft only makes sense. You need some catch with the Wisp Razor. Shadow Shaman's definitely some good catch. Void Spirit's just a solid mid hero. You're gonna get counter pick no matter what because you're first pick on the mid lane, so might as well take your Void Spirit on that 70th pick. I want to say it should have a fine lane against the Ember still. I mean, I think Void Spirit will have a fine game. Interested to see where this Pudge is gonna go. Could be 5 Pudge.
I know Flash Canoe enjoys the hero, so I would expect it to be a 5 Pudge. If not, then we're looking at either a carry Pudge or carry Ember mid Pudge, and both of those sounds a little bit more far-fetched than just putting Ember mid Pudge 5 and then 20 for picking your carrier.
Yeah, that would be pretty wild if they like immediately responded to Void Spirit with Ember Spirit, and then they're just like, yeah, Ember's going to the safe lane. Because like the Ember Void Spirit matchup isn't crazy or anything, but it's definitely slightly Ember favorite at least. It's like 55-45 Ember at absolute worst for Ember.
I'm actually really interested in seeing exactly what ends up happening with this safe lane situation because we were still waiting on the likely offlane pick for Sus at 23, and it seems like a lot of the good offlaners this patch have been banned out. So perhaps they'll go a bit of a dumpster diving journey here for whatever offlaner they want to go for. I know Keita likes playing Tide. Tide is not banned, so perhaps that's what we're looking at for this 23 pick, but
Yeah, I think they're gonna pick Tide. That it's like it kind of fits their draft because they need a hero that just kind of like sits in one spot. And then, as you said, it's a hero that he enjoys, and that's pretty good as well against Dire. Dire doesn't have particularly good heroes against Tide. I mean, maybe they won't, but I think Tide would make a lot of sense.
and I guess if there's a tie, there's plenty of good options. That's
Okay.
not a tie. That is a Necrophos. Interesting.
It's really good against these Dire heroes so far. It lanes really well against Ember Spirit, like no matter what lane it is. Lanes really well against Pudge, just a Pudge counter in general. Actually, it's not really a Pudge counter because for some reason, Flesh Sheep works against the Heartstopper Aura, so that's pretty decent. You still have the ult, which is obviously it does percentage damage, so it's able to chunk Pudge pretty well. Um, oh yeah, very good against Centaur, of course, as well. Centaur is just naturally high HP, so dies to Heartstopper. I don't really like this Necro pick. I think that their cores, it's a little bit hard for them to kill people, and I think that they're like very reliant on having on winning their side lanes decisively. It can definitely work though. Like if this Necro gets a good game, then it's just gonna be the hero's gonna be pretty difficult to kill. Sniper. That's a banger sniper pick.
We've been seeing a lot more sniper being picked in lands recently. I find that a little bit on the interesting end, but maybe it's the hero on the rise. You just see sniper being selected. It's the new selection for the league, and I guess Fast Softly playing a safe lane farming sniper this game.
hmm I'm not sure how this lane goes against Necrophos though. I think it's probably gonna be reliant on whether Flesh Canoe can hook people or not. Uh, All in all, I have to say I like Radiant's draft more. It's just easier to play. They got some nice stuff on Dire. They have like a lot of Mirana combos. They got Stomp and Ember Spirit Slight Chains. And then Sniper's gonna have a pretty good game against and Sniper's gonna have like a decent game. If Sniper can get really ahead, that's gonna be really obnoxious for them to do anything, but Razor is just gonna like BKB run at the Sniper. They have Zendar Stampede actually, I guess, to protect him a little bit, but the Void Spirit's also gonna run at the Sniper. I think that Radiant's draft is probably just easier to execute.
I agree with you on that one, but I think on the flip side, hypothetically, if Dire can play the lanes well, even drawing the landing phase, and they can get into a very good situation in terms of just standing their ground and fighting if Radiant no longer can run at them. I think if Dire can get to the point where they can fight, it's a very easy game for them.
Yeah, I mean the Sniper's gonna need to get really far. Like Radiant would have to like if Radiant like throw a fight and then they like yeah, if they throw a fight, then they're like a little bit behind, and then Dire just takes a good fight, then the game could get a little bit difficult, I think. It's gonna depend on how this safe lane goes, I think. How the Dire safe lane goes Radiant off lane, the Sniper Pudge versus Necro Shaman. Because like I have to kind of assume that it's better for Pudge Sniper, but Necrophos just kind of like beats down a lot of these unconventional heroes in lane. You just like slowly outsustain them, make the lane uninhabitable.
Here we go again. We are now jumping on in over to game number 1 of Sus taking on Toilet Jork. My name's Badger. I'm joined by the one, the only logical Dota, and when we step away from the series, we will have some answers. Will Sus deliver on their preseason promise and pedigree? Will Toilet Jork pull an upset? We'll find out quite soon, but for now we are paused. Apparently someone's game is broken. Not quite sure what that means either, but we are seeing a pause.
He's got a Orb of Venom on Pudge. That's pretty interesting.
And Flesh Canoe is, I've mentioned it before, he's somebody who goes to the beat of his own drum, and maybe he just wants to skill rot, right-click someone, just run someone down somehow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I do remember he went 1-1-1 on Bane, skill build-wise. That was, I still don't really understand that one.
It is Flesh Canoe. Sometimes he's like, yeah, I'm just gonna press some buttons and skill some skills for to see what happens. It's impossible to tell sometimes. And this is a man who enjoys playing 5 Void Spirit. That's how you know he's built from a different cloth.
They had the whole, like, I wasn't really too into League of Legends then, but I do remember that they would just like first pick Void Spirit and they'd play it a role. Most of the time it would go 5 though.
Those were different times, back when the Toxic Tacos and Canoobs were good. Good times.
A lot of different voice lines we're seeing. Dog Champion dying. Do you what's your favorite Badger?
Overall ever, or this season?
This season, that's the one that matters.
I mean, I'm just a fan of the wildcard lines. I don't have them because I spent $20 in the Seals lines, but wildcard lines seem to be very good right now.
I'm not that big a wildcard. I'm not a wildcard line enjoyer right now. There's a new set that got released today that I enjoyed a lot. I think a lot of the ones that got released today had some solid ones.
Well, I have not listened to the new ones yet. What's your favorite one then?
Oh my god, I'm trying to think. I mean, there was some that I was surprised got in the game. I don't know how these Into the Breach lines got into the game. I think they're going to be really obnoxious.
I mean, they let the OG lines into the game, so if they'll do that, they'll let anyone's lines into the game, apparently.
I mean, no, I think that's the opposite. I think they let OG's lines in because they're OG. I don't know how Into the Breach got this in though.
We're seeing, as the pro meta begins to be established, you're seeing the amateur players begin to follow. We're seeing headdresses today. Headdress on Morana, headdress on the IO. So we're seeing players begin to follow the pro trends here, more and more as time goes on.
Yeah, I mean, headdress on IO has always kind of been a thing, just because you give the region to yourself and your lane partner, and then obviously you like share region as well with Tether. Aside from Wisto is definitely uncommon until like until the very end of the last patch. And then yeah, ever since 731D, where they had the salve change, where you can't really you can't really heal your teammates very much, aside from like occasionally giving them tangos. The headdress has gone up a lot in popularity.
I like to play the Micro Fry Maid in this Radiant side jungle. Use the arrow to scare away foreplay, allowing Toilet Jork to grab 3 runes rather than 2 runes.
Yeah, that was kind of weird how that one went, but I guess he was a little bit concerned because they weren't showing all their heroes on Dire, so foreplay didn't want to like stand near the rune, even though he saw that I missed.
It's interesting seeing these extremely high skill matchups because you always know that one lane, like one wave going right in this lane, could really be the difference in getting ahead and staying behind. Obviously, getting 6 on both these heroes is very important. We're seeing actually, never mind. Thought it'd be a kill in the Dire side jungle, but no kill there. Back to watching middle lanes. A lot of range shapes right now. Those are always fun to watch.
Yeah, I missed the first wave of them. There are 4 range creeps right now. I was solid remnant. I think that, yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure nothing will happen. in this lane unless a support comes. Both these players should be playing fine. Lane's pretty even overall. Got chainsaw number. Maybe he goes 440.
Wait a minute. Pudge went for hook level 1.
That's, I mean, what else are you gonna get on support Fudge?
I don't know. I mean, he's an over venom. I thought he'd go for like rod or something.
I think it makes sense. He's trying to like hook people under tower and then hit them with overvenom to slow them.
Okay, that makes sense actually. Bottom lane,
No,
we'll see
no.
first blood. Yes, we will. Barely enough damage, but the damage is high enough. Micro Fry is dropped, and Malefic gets first blood in the IO.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of how I expected this lane to go. They're not even level 3 yet on Radiant, though. It's a little bit earlier than I anticipated.
Speaking kills, top lane, Sniper, and Pudge, rooting down the Necrophos. Back to bottom lane again, we are seeing Clueless. He's playing very aggressively for a man who has half HP.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't really die. He knows that Link is cooldown for a little bit still. I don't think that he'll die really in this lane, but he certainly won't be happy. I think a lot of his creeps will get denied by a Razor with a 40 damage advantage on him.
That's one of the things we were mentioning during the draft is, hey, what might happen in this Razor versus Centaur lane? It seems like the expected has happened. It is Razor winning the lane quite hard. He's once again stolen some damage from Mirana, but it is only 13 damage. It's now a hoof stomp into an arrow, double-edged damage. It's on the way, but not quite enough. Io still is healing the Razor. As a result, they turn and bring down Centaur. It's now 2 kills for Foreplay and Malefic in this bottom lane.
That's actually pretty interesting. I didn't think about that, but Wisp is one of the few heroes that doesn't actually care that much about the salve change, because you end up just salving yourself anyways.
So I guess we have an actual, technically, IO buff, which is a very rare thing to see in Dota.
I mean, the hero got nerfed pretty hard, like the actual skill-wise. Overcharge went from giving 50 attack speed at level 1 to 25. Microfy has some lame scale, it'll be good.
Yes, it is one consolation prize then for the many nerfs. Not just this patch, but in basically every other patch in Dota's history, IO's gotten a nerf or two, so Ice Frog gives one back finally.
This top lane is going pretty rough for Radiant. I mean, they're just gonna get this creep wave that came into them because of a nice pull, but Sniper is sitting at 8 denies right now, and Necrophos is just at 10 CS.
That's how you know a lane has gone disastrously when the enemy has as many denies as you have last hits. That is very rough.
Sniper's a really strong laner in the safe lane. Entity's been playing it a lot. I think we said this last time as well because there's a Sniper, but the NT carry player, Pure, is really good at Sniper. They picked a lot for him. They're the only team, I think, that I can remember that like pick it semi-consistently.
Seeing trades in both side lanes. Bottom lane, nobody dies. Top lane, instead, will be Shaman dying. Pudge the Sniper man up, they brought him down, and Keita again is zoned away from the lane. Now, we're seeing both teams' safe lanes being won extremely hard, it appears. Perhaps not. Hook on Keita. Keita runs away. Shrapnel will slow the Necro. Necro has Ghost Shroud. We will pop it. He'll turn on Flesh Canoe, and the Death Bolt will bring down the Pudge. So at the very least, Radiant get a kill in this top lane, but it's still going in the direction of Fast Sloth and Flash Canoe.
Yeah, the lane's always pretty much been like right here, so it's been really hard for the Necro to walk up. One really good attribute of Sniper is that you can chase really far. So if Necro ever like walks up to this area, they're just gonna get triple shrapnel. Especially if you get hooked, you just kind of feed.
Hook is available. It has been hit on Necrophos, so he'll attempt to run away, but his life is most certainly going to be forfeit. He will pop the Ghost Shroud on Keita, but there is no way out. A second kill for Fat Sloth, and he is one very happy Sniper right now. Over to bottom lane. Wait, where's the bottom lane? There's Undire. Shouldn't there be heroes here? No, it's not here.
Yeah, they gave up laning here because the Centaur's just gonna try to cut now. It doesn't have Vanguard yet, but the Radiant doesn't really have a 5 hero that wants to run down here and pressure him. Ooh. 4 places. Treads die.
That's a big item to lose there. That's nearly 1,000 net worth, and a lot of stats there lost on that Razor for a few minutes.
I don't think I'll mind too much because he's laning against 0 heroes currently, but not fun. I think the best way for him to optimize his this lane right now because he's laning in 0 heroes is to drag the incoming creep waves into jungle camps and farming the jungle camps with the creeps. Pull it down.
happened in middle is absolutely wild. Just across the entire river for the middle laners, but eventually Radiant get a kill on Polo. That is just good rotations from Radiant support, securing both runes there. Speaking of death, top lane, we have death in the air. Necro is going to follow, it appears, unless Shaman can keep him alive. Stampede has been activated. Keita will attempt the turn. He'll pop the Ghost Shroud. Flesh Canoe is happy. XP hook in on Shaman. Shaman will fall. In comes Polo on the rotation. Slight. Chains. Headshot hits from Sniper. Necro will die. 2 kills for Toilet Jork. And they once again lead the kill score 5-4.
Yeah, this Sniper's having very good game. Sitting top net worth right now. I think Fat Sloth is going to struggle a little bit on this like Razor BKB timing because you can't headshot BKB heroes, and I think that's his main way of dealing with heroes that are just going to run at him. Yes, like if the Razor's BKB is cooldown, then he can just press the take aim active and hit the Razor a bunch to kind of like push him back and do a bunch of damage. But it's Kate. Oh, beast.
KU's found a kill on Clueless. Well, not quite yet, but it's a 4v1. Centaur is very deep in enemy line, so his life will be lost eventually. Micro Fry was nearby, but there is no saving your Centaur in that case.
Radiant got fucked up by those, the like, I don't even know, Ogre Bruisers, that's what they're called. You see, 2 of their heroes got...
Ogre Bruisers.
Yeah, the 2 of their heroes got Ogre smashed. The Void Spirit got Ogre smashed, and the Wisp got hit as well, but it doesn't end up leading to anything. Clues was actually, like, kind of close to killing KU, but I think he had a big wand, so it doesn't end up going down. Polo gets a free illusion rune though, because he had to run back to base. Pretty interesting.
Oh, you're saying?
Pretty interesting skill build from Polo as well. I think he did this last time as well. I'm starting to remember stuff from that series. But it goes 2-4-0 on Ember. Keita is
one more hook from Flesh Canoe into the headshot from Fastlock. It's fantastic hooks all game from Flesh Canoe. I don't think he's missed more than 1 or 2 all game.
Pretty surprising to see a point of assassinate. I think we talked about this last time. I shouldn't say this, but Pure doesn't skill assassinate, and I think Breezy didn't either.
He did not until like 13 or 14, yeah.
Yeah, most of the time people get 3-point shrapnel, and then they max the other 2 spells, and they just kind of skill stats. It worked out there, though. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't have gotten the Necrophos kill without it, and it's definitely pretty solid against Necrophos, because you can... Like, when the Ghost Shrouds come in, you can start charging.
Keita has no TP. I think Dire have some idea he's in the tree area, but they don't know where exactly he is, so...
Yeah, they have this ward.
In the trees.
They have this ward, which scouted him walk like this.
Okay, now they see Necro to the north of them. We're seeing her locate in top lane, bringing Io and Razor to the fight. They'll attempt to turn, but Necro is already lost. Now we're seeing Hex on Sniper. Radiant need this Sniper kill, and they will get it, but Dire want vengeance. Flesh Canoe goes in. Polo rotates in. Flesh Canoe dead. Foreplay dead. Kobe dead. Micro Fry dead. Everybody's dying. Both mid laners are top lane. Neither will perish, but it's a 3-for-3 trade in the top lane.
It's slightly Dire favored, but you're definitely happy to be able to finally take down that Sniper. I guess Foreplay's lane is also going incredible well. He's sitting top net worth as well. Or he's sitting top net worth currently. Not as well.
That's very close. I mean, both safe laners are incredibly even net worth-wise, and I feel like we haven't seen that in a while. I feel like it's usually one safe laner either way ahead or way behind. But we're seeing KU being gone on in the river. He will assimilate in place. Has to pop his wand and invis rune, but it's the stampede in by Clues into the arrow from Micro Fry. I don't even think they had the detection on the floor, but it did not matter. They had enough AoE damage to bring down the Void Spirits.
I was gonna say, I don't know how they saw him, but I guess you're right. I guess they just killed him during the invis fade time, pretty much. Honestly, this game looks kind of hard for Radiant now. Just looking at the 2 non-foreplay cores are really poor. Kobe is sitting a clean 15 gold above Microfire right now, and KU as well is also struggling.
Well, the fighting will continue middle lane. Radiant have all 5 nearby, and they scythe down the Centaur. The remainder of Toilet Jork, understandably, will slither away back towards the safety of their jungle. as a sniper plays top lane alone.
Okay, I like this maneuver. Try to run at the sniper right now. I think it's a little bit obvious, but maybe it'll still catch Fatslav.
And if they kill him, it's a big play. I guess if they fail, they can still get that top T1 tower, but the kill will connect. Step in, Hex, and Vasilov has been brought down. It's now 10 kills even apiece, and Radiant actually won't even go for the top T1 tower. They again are running for more kills. They're running through the river. Correction. They're splitting up now. We're seeing Radiant split their heroes. It's KU going mid, perhaps to look to defend, but his T1 tower is quite low. Keita has been changed by Polo. Radiant relocate the IO in the Razor. Shaman TPC, we're seeing a hook on Shaman, as we're seeing this member now on the Shaman as well. Shaman actually will not get arrow, tanked by the IO instead. He still drops. Now, Polo chains onto its Necro and Razor, caught in place. Radiant are attempting to fight. They've lost their IO. He's back from relocate. Hooking on foreplay. Foreplay tries to escape with the pig pole, but it does not work. He is dead. So is Keita. So is KU. It is 4 kills and a middle T1 tower for Toilet Jork.
That's really well played. I mentioned the Polo skill build earlier, but I didn't realize that he's got Pudge on his team as well, actually. So I think going this is really solid recognition for him, going 4-4-0 Ember this game. Because not only is he set up for Arrow, but he's also set up for Hook. So whenever a hero gets Slight Chain, they have to be... Like, none of their heroes have 4 staffs or anything, obviously. And none of their heroes have save, aside from Relocate, which is like a pretty hard commit. So if a hero gets Slight Chains on Radiant, then a lot of the time they'll just die to an arrow or a hook follow.
It's one of those things where usually you look at this, a team like this sus core, these KU-led teams, and they love to, hook bottom lane miss, but they just love to take brawls on good timings. But we're seeing right now, Dire are just very strong at doing this sort of like skirmishing, as you mentioned, with the max chains, the arrow, the hook, centaur stomp. There's just so much to table right now. It's hard for really Radiant to fight until they have their key items, notably this BKB on Razor. But even then, they probably need more than BKB on Razor to fight.
Yeah, I think they definitely need a little bit more than BKB Razor. And if Fastlock's going for this like incredibly greedy build right now, where he's just going treads Mjolnir, I think if he gets like a pike in the shard, then it's gonna be very difficult for foreplay to run at him. I think he'll definitely want a Scotty at some point this game as well, against Razor and Wisp.
Well, it is our second pause of the game if you're keeping track. I am, but we are we are pausing for apparently lag reasons, which wouldn't make sense given Keita plays on 200 ping from Japan, and Foreplay apparently has ping as well, so you just get ping sometimes playing Dota.
Mm. No, Dire kind of just has like full control of the Radiant jungle. They don't really have any heroes playing here right now. I guess this tower's pretty dead. They can't even like try to defend it. I don't think snakes have been casted either this game though.
Yeah, I've looked up these lines. I think they're the Into the Breach lines. They're the ones with the helmet with the red thing on top, right? Into
The
the
anime
Breach.
lines.
Oh, I'm seeing ooh, I'm seeing ay 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 ay, I'm seeing
There
what
you
a
go.
great
Yeah.
game full of skill players. Yeah, I see what you meant earlier now by how did this get through?
I have no idea. And I mean, I'm sure it doesn't matter that I say this, but the rules for next season is that only you're not allowed to hire people anymore really to do your lines for you. They have either have to be a team member or a Dota personality. So you can't just like get someone off Fiverr to do the lines for you now. Which I feel like that's exactly what Into the Breach did. And as one person who tried to get a supporter pack submitted, a lot of lines were turned down because of that reason, which is frustrating to see.
I would ask you some more questions, but it seems like we're about to be fighting once again. We see Pudge out for. Oh, they backed off. Nice. It's like, well, what exactly counts as a team employee? Obviously, someone like say John Expire would count for Talon, but say would Reginald count for TSM? Like, would that count as a team member, even though he's not a Dota personality or a Dota team member? He's just the owner. Like, where do they draw the line on this one? I'm
Yeah,
curious.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that counts. I'm pretty sure that would be valid.
Okay, what if one of these Fiverr artists got paid like a 1 month contract? Here's $100 to join TSM for a month. Does that count?
I don't think that one would count. I'm not sure where they draw the line. I mean how it's been really is it's just incredibly subjective from Valve. So they don't, you know, they don't need to make rules. They don't need to they don't need to draw a line anywhere.
Good point. It is Valve. Top lane, the fighting commences. Never mind, it stops commencing. Lincoln, but a good peek can be dodged by foreplay. Now it's a stampede away by Dire, but Clueless will lose. 63 damage. Dire are being wrapped around on in their own jungle, but it seems like KU and Kobe are late to the fights. We're now seeing a chains on the IO and a creep. Arrow will miss, but Dismember will ensure the IO dies. So even though the arrow missed, it ensured the IO juked up towards the punch. The kill was still secured, but now Radiance certainly want their vengeance on Morana, but not just Morana. We see a chance on Razor, but Radiant want more than a Morana. They're running towards this tower area, but right now they have vision on nothing. So they're playing blind. KU is pinging under the tower. He wants to dive this tower. Has one step available. He's now under tower. The ward has been dropped, giving the vision there on both targets. Remnant on Centaur and a Hex on Ember Spirit. Shackles now are on Ember as Razor and Scythe focus down the Centaur. Then once again, we move to Ember, relocate in by Malphite with a hook on foreplay by Flesh Canoe. A fantastic hook, but Dire lack the men to fight, perhaps. Dismember is on the IO, but Radiant are fighting in a 4v2. Remnant on the mark. Polo looks to fight, but Flesh Canoe is shackled, and he has no way out, it appears. Death Pulse, right clicks, they're on the way. As she Pudge, he's just tanky. He's just so tanky, actually. He's still alive. And Micro Fry's been dead so long, he's been spawned into the fight. He's been hexed by Sham, but Dire still have the will to engage. They have Spirit Vessel. They want to zone away the Radiant, but neither team wants to acquiesce. They're both still fighting. Now, long last, Radiance, they are the ones who will back off.
That's pretty, because that entire fight was without Fat Sloth, because his TP was cooldown for like almost the entirety of it. The Dire still ever to get a
Won't stop! Oh, that's a fantastic hook up on 3 and a hook on Isles and the air on Void Spirit! Oh my! What great coordination from Toilet Jork! Keita dead! Malefic dies to double edge! What a fantastic 3-man stomp from Clueless!
Yeah. Damn, okay, you don't need Ember to set up when Centaur can just hit 3-man stomps. Oh, that's really big. They're gonna get this tower. They can... I mean, honestly, they can take Roche now just because their sniper has so much damage, and Centaur can tank. I'm not sure if they want to immediately go for it, but I think that these early Roshans is something that both teams have access to right now, because Radiant has the Shadow Shaman wards. Dire just does a ton of damage right now in their head.
This is, I mean, we haven't really been mentioning this league growing the way it has, but it's 10k now. I mean, it's kind of like creeped up on us, but it's been consistently growing at this rate for more or less the entire game, and this is... I mean, Dota Plus, it's a 92% chance for Dire to win, which is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, these fights have been going pretty 50-50, and the sniper has, like, not participated in them.
Oh,
really.
foreplay, dismember, arrow, assassinate, hook. Oh, no. And even relocate was used there by Malefic. He recognized my Razor is in danger, but alas, too little too late. And wait, do Dire know he relocated? They do not know. They let him live.
Yeah, I think they probably weren't watching their mini-map when that happened. That's what even gets the last hit with this assassinate from his own triangle. I kind of agree with Dota Plus. I feel like this game is going to be very difficult, especially once Fat Sloth starts participating in the engagements. I do think he needs a BKB, but he is I mean, he's not even fighting, so it doesn't really matter what he buys right now.
He's going for, you know what? I don't need BKB. I've got a Mjolnir, a Dragonlance. He's buying a Shadow Blade. He's good. He doesn't need BKB. BKB is for... I don't know. BKB's for the weak, apparently, so Fast Sloth's saying.
Yeah, I mean, Shadow Blade's like good on the Zero Silver Edge, especially. We'll have to see how this works for him later on. Radiant's been missing for a while though. Dire has to play a little bit scared. All of Radiant's waves are kind of pushed in though. Actually, I guess they're gonna try to find something on this top creep wave, but mid's pushing in, bottom's pushing in.
Polo, at long last, has shown, but he's just playing mostly in these tree area, as you circled out earlier, so he is fine. And yeah, Radiant really are trying to hunt. They smoke us 5. Dire did not see the smoke. Once again, they have to know something is sus right now, pun intended. We're seeing a run through the river, but they instead double back towards Roshan. Roshan will be the objective for the Radiants. They have Shaman wards, and they have plenty of heroes in the pit, so it will be a very easy Roshan grab. Dire either do not know or do not care. The result is the same. Roshan will fall. Aegis will go likely. Like the little Razor, yeah.
Okay, so this is a window for Radiant to try to get a good fight. I think that these fights have been like very impossible for Sus. Oh, nice arrow.
It's a long-range arrow. Malphite did not see it coming, and now Dire will collapse onto the IO. We see Dire run through the Radiant side Tri-Camp. IO remains alive. Radiant focus on Mirana, but Dire will bring down the Necro and the Shaman. Foreplay, BKB's one life has been lost. That will be Razor with no BKB fighting in a 3v4. It's a very hard way to get out. He's being run out by 3 as Polo tried to hunt for the IO. IO ended up relocating away, attempting to save Foreplay, but this time, Dire are aware of the relocation. They almost certainly will easily kill the IO on the return trip, which means when all said and done, it will be 5 kills, 4 heroes dead, 5 kills if you count the Aegis, and as a result, again, it's Toilet Jork just winning the team fight quite heavily.
Yeah. 4 plays. DC's after that one. It's Radiant Sus, they do have players playing on really high ping from what I'm aware. I think 4 plays ping is still quite bad. And then Keita, he's like playing on like 200 ping as well, right? So,
playing from Japan last time I checked, so yeah, it's pretty high. There is an ocean in the way of that one. A Pacific Ocean at that.
Wisp was gonna die. I mean, they did get the Aegis there, but yeah, they did get Roshan and Radiant, but they just end up dying immediately after.
Alright, return. Unpause has come out, as has 2 tips to the now deceased IO, and what? I mean, we did not expect this going into this game. You were of the opinion that Sus would win 2-0. I was of the opinion they were of similar strength teams. But we're at the point now where Toilet Jork are dominantly winning game number 1 right now.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they misplayed the lanes a little bit on Sus, and I think it's kind of just like a result of that, but and they definitely
defense time, step in by KU, Scythe on Flesh Canoe. They move to Clueless, who will stop KU. Radiant will attempt to bring down Centaur, but Polo has slowed everyone with that Orb of Corrosion. So Centaur will live. It's actually only a pudge loss, not a big loss at all.
Yeah. Dire can even go back even with their dead players. They used Reaper for that.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay. So I mean, Dire, they're just kind of waiting for next Roshan now, I think, to really go high ground, do some major damage to Radiant structures. They have a lot of good ways to pushing up these creep waves as well. Sniper can do it from long range with Shrapnel. And in the Mjolnir active, Ember can be everywhere on the map, pushing waves with Slate and Remnants.
I am hoping, for our sake and for the viewer's sake, Dire force the issue at some point before the second Roshan, because we are at least 6 minutes away from that one dying, so maybe we see
There'll be fights.
bottom getting hits.
There'll be fights before then, but I'm not sure if there's going to be like a tier 3 hit or anything like that.
I'd be fine with the T2s dying, or like a fight going Radiant's direction. Like, either of those be fine to me. I just don't want to have 6... Actually, we are seeing Dire posturing aggressively right now in this Radiant side jungle, but it seems like Radiant have some idea something is sus. We're seeing KU just sitting in the trees, and...
You like that one?
I do like that one. It's very appropriate. Remnants hits the sniper, step in, but hook away by Flesh Canoe. Now it's KU stepping away. Stampede will be the tool to pursue for the Dire. Assassinate will do some damage, but KU still has half HP. We see a chains on 2 from Ember. Microfry jumps in. Radiant focused down the Ember. The hook was blocked by Necro, and now it's a 1-for-1 trade. Correction, a 2-for-1 trade. Foreplay is dead. IO buys back, but now the Necrophos has died. Dire take a very ambitious fight, but they're just so far ahead, they win the fight handily.
Yeah, I have no idea how Fat Slot. Oh, actually, I guess he got that low because Voice Spirit casted all the spells before, but. Yeah, I mean, I think that was like the best possible way to take a fight on for Radiant, maybe. They got to jump the sniper first, and then the Voice Spirit made it out pretty cleanly. Yeah, I mean, the Voice Spirit just made it out alive, but even still, the fight doesn't end up turning out that well.
Radiant's middle tower
Dire kind of needs to make a mistake, I think, now, for Radiant to win. Not really sure how they can win the game of their own accord.
Yes, it may feel like a hero like Medusa or something, say, or at least that sort of hero can eventually let it a storm, but they don't have Medusa. They
Oh, and
have like
Dire's got
Razor.
Sniper's about as good as it gets against
Yeah.
against Lake and Medusa win condition.
Okay, I should rephrase. A Medusa-like hero who is this like late game super threat, like Terrorblade or Arc Warden or I don't care. More it's a hero who eventually will potentially actually bottom lane Voice Spirit's just dead, but it's a roundabout way of saying Radiant don't have the ideal late game carry. They have Razor, who is a timing window oriented hero who loves to be online, like right around now, and right now he's not.
Yeah, that's yeah, this is kind of the issue with the Radiant's lineup as well, is that like if the early game goes really well and their lanes go well and they're able to pressure heroes out of the lanes, then they're doing fine. But now that the game has been going Dire's favor for a couple fights in a row, they just like can't really do anything. They have no hero that like starts a fight. Ember has a BKB finished. Fatslot's gonna have a BKB finished. They just like don't have a way of like killing heroes that have a BKB now, unless it's like 1 versus 3 or something, where they're able to like cast a full set of shaman spells.
Voice Spirit has respawned into the game, so Dire, if they want to continue their high ground siege, it will be 5v5. Radiant Smoke up to Shaman and Voice Spirit. Relocate is available, so if they want 5, they will have 5 to defend. Up around gang from KU and Kobe, looking for anyone. They find Morana and Sniper. Hook will be dodged by Voice Spirit. Now the wards are dropped by Shaman. He'll give his life worth, but Radiant looks to fight around the wards. Dire being zoned away. Pulls BKB is ending in 2 more seconds. Fastslot is looking to turn, however. Centaur has been scythed down, but Dire kill the Isle. Hook in on Razor, the Vessel, the Chains, the kill. Only 2 remain alive. It's a 3-for-1 trade so far, and Voice Spirit and Necro are once again in a very uphill battle to win these team fights.
He's got the BKB sent out now on Fat Slot. I think he's just gonna hit the racks and shrapnel. He's gonna have to BKB. Oh,
He's just dead. Okay, never mind. KU actually turns it around. And he can step away again in 1 more second. He'll step to the high ground. Will he die to the Vessel? Yes, I believe he does. He does. Necro had the Death Pulse, but was not in range to use it, so sure, it is a 1-for-1, but the main Dire high ground sieger is dead from a very fantastic solo played by KU, and it's a greedy lack of pick-up usage by Vatslav.
yeah, I mean, kind of. I think Fat Slot though he messes up. I don't think it griefs the game or anything, but now they're gonna have to wait for his respawn, and then they're gonna go Roche afterwards. It's nice though. Radiant gets a small opportunity. KU gets a bunch of money. I think he got like 1k gold from that. Yeah, easily 1k gold.
Yeah, despite dying, he
Like
came up by
1.7k.
like if you factor in the death cost, he still came in way ahead in that fight.
Yeah. Sitting cleanly inside of Dire's net worth block now.
Speaking of Dire's net worth block, they look to gank Kobe, but Kobe actually jukes him out the Blink Dagger. The Blink in now by Flesh Canoe, hook in on Shaman. Relocate brings the IO into the fight, but Shaman is already lost. So foreplay will be brought to safety via Malefic's return relocation, but it's still 1 more pickoff for the Dire.
You press Flesh Heap while you're dismembering? It's interesting, I didn't know that. I mean, it doesn't really change anything, but it's cool.
I guess that makes some sense. It's similar to like Rage or some other abilities that could be cast during channels. Or like Voodoo Restoration, that's 2, I came up with 2 of them.
Yeah.
I've already come out. I've ran out already. Pulse Nova, we got another one, we're good.
Are you just trying to think of the spells that you can cast?
3 channels, yeah. I didn't get too
Skeleton
far.
Walk. Vendetta.
We're getting there. Top
Shadow
lane.
Walk.
Kobe. No. You can just shadow walk during a channel.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Radiant's top
Didn't know that. Probably should have known that.
tower.
You can use Bulwark active. Yeah, I bet you didn't know that one.
Okay, I definitely did not know that one. To be fair, I think Bulwark Active is definitely one of the more underexplored spells in
Decrepify.
Dota.
That
Ah, decrep. I guess
I mean,
you could use it on.
that's a new one.
Yeah, that's a new one. That was like last patch.
Yeah, well, I mean that was last major patch, so like a couple millenniums ago.
And eventually, this era will pass. The entire Eon will pass again, and another new major patch, and hopefully, something happens in the patch. For the
Right.
love of God, hopefully something happens in the patch.
Roche pretty late respawn, so Dyer's gonna have to sit around for a while. They are up 22,000 gold. Fun fact.
And they want to fight, so you know what? We don't even need Roshan. We have Pudge blinking, and problem is Pudge is being gone on by 4 heroes. Stampede activated. Hooks up on 4 this time! Shaman, Io, Void Spirit, Razor, they're all going to die! Mech has been activated. Keita and 4 player are attempting to trade, but it's a 5v2. Dismember on Necro, he's dead. Razor is dead. It's a full 5-man wipe. And Toilet Jork. Well, they don't need Roshan. It's time to lock high grounds.
Yeah, this is I think they lost on Radiant.
I think they lost too. We
That's
agree.
pretty unfortunate. The 4 hero stomp. That's cool. Yeah, they know they lost too.
Clueless. I mean, he had a rough last series, but he has had a fantastic game 1 so far. I mean, his Centaur. Unbelievable this game.
Yeah, he got some good stomps. I wasn't paying too much attention to like how he was playing in downtime, but yeah, definitely played the fights pretty well. He had like one fight where he just like ran into a tier 3 tower and fed, but I mean he just had 2 really nice like game winning stomps.
Now, to be fair, him dying to T3 was off screen because I was watching the north side of that fight, so if it didn't happen on screen, it never occurred. Alright, let's see here. We are lobby
If it's
live.
off screen, it didn't happen.
I only missed like 2 kills all game. I think both of them were technically situations where I would need like 2 screens on the screen at once to catch them, so I'm pretty happy to camera control that game. Usually I'm like missing a kill errantly, but this time, not errantly. Camera control mostly on points. Well, Toilet Jork are in the zone right now. They know they have priority. They've chosen second pick.
They won the last game pretty hard. I mean, their last series it looked good. But like they lost, I think, both the games. I want to say no, they were 1-1. Yeah, they won one boring zone. But their like early games were always really good. I remember they would always like play really high tempo.
So we're actually waiting to see if game 2 is any differently than game 1, because the Toilet Jork played that way game 2, and suddenly it's like, wait a minute. We have a lot of concern for Sus if they get 2-0 this hard at this stage of the season. This is not week 1. We are decently into the season. They're not even in the lobby yet. They're chilling. They're communing right now, asking, well, what do we do differently? Do we draft differently? Do we lane differently? Do we fight differently?
They're on ping. You got to give them some time.
I assure you, those they're playing on like 12,000 ping. There they are. Whoa there. We're seeing a stand-in for foreplay. It is for the Swarm standing in. Thought we might see Joe Rick. I know Joe Rick's watching the series right now. They're opting for the Swarm instead.
Who plays in chat now? Little rotation of players. Oh, I see. I saw a screenshot from Foreplay. In the last game, he had 1,660 ping towards the end.
Whoa. That's a lot of ping.
That is quite a bit.
Usually you measure ping in microseconds, but in this case, milliseconds. But in this case, you can measure it in seconds. That's 1.6 seconds of ping.
Also had packet loss as well, yeah. But that's unfortunately a side note when the number is that big.
I'm not sure if I've ever seen it be that large before. I've seen pretty high ping in my day, but I don't think I've ever seen 1600 ping.
Likewise.
Hopefully, having Florida Storm, despite being an MMR downgrade, should be a player upgrade if your carry player is playing on 1600 ping.
Interested to see
First
what
package
roles.
loss.
Yeah, interested to see what their roles are gonna look like. Because from what I know for this form, offlane player.
I wouldn't be too shocked if they swap back to their traditional roles: KU carry, Kobe middle lane, then put the Florida Swarm in the off lane, and then put Keita on 5. Because once again, these are guys who play every role in pub, so they can flex back to their old roles that they played for like 4 straight last seasons quite easily, I'm quite sure.
Yeah, that's true. What do you think you think it's gonna be like KU carry?
I think it should be the traditional roles before this season, the ones that worked in the past. I'm not sure who. I mean, if it's for the
Yeah,
Swarm
but
carry, that would be another player
so
playing off
it's
role.
Keita 5. You think they're gonna like hard switch everything? Because Keita played 5, right? Keita 5, KU carry, Kobe mid for the swarm off. I don't know if they would just like switch literally their entire team except for Malphite.
I mean, it makes sense, no? It makes a lot of sense. I mean, they can do it.
I mean, yeah, they could, but I don't think they would want like I don't think they're playing off role like for no reason. I don't think they're playing off role just to play off role. I think that they enjoy their role, the new roles a lot more. At least I know that's how it is with KU.
I mean, KU certainly has been enjoying his lack of having to play carry anymore. But you know what KU also enjoys doing? He enjoys winning. So at a certain point, you might say, you know what? I want to win more than I want to not play carry. Like, well, we're going to see one day.
I
Sus are
think
going to be back against the wall after losing game 1. You're just going to grab a Terror Blade, and you're going to know KU's back.
I think Furthest Storm is just gonna play carry. I'm gonna be honest.
We'll
I
find out.
like
We'll find out soon, won't we? Or what? 11 minutes away from finding out, more or less.
minimum, yeah, or maximum maybe.
10
Yeah.
seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Okay, yeah. So bands now. The band clock again.
I believe it was Kalak, Ench, Marcy, and oh god, what was the last person they did other than those 3?
Grimstroke.
Grimstroke, you're right. That was
I
the
checked.
first band.
They banned Clock Ench last time on Sus, which are good bands. I think Ench is definitely really strong, and then Clock they've been playing a shit ton of it as well.
Team ban.
They're
Uh,
banning out Flash Canoe, which apparently, considering there's Pudge in the pool, is easier said than done.
I wonder if they're gonna 5-pick Fudge on Sus now.
It's a Flex Hero. I think everyone on their team plays it, so you might as well, right?
I mean only KU has or on Sus. Yeah, I think only KU has played it, and maybe all of them play it. But
I've seen Pydoc Malfic. He's played it in lads. He plays it a good bit in pubs as well. And I'm sure Kobe can play. I mean, it just seems like a Kobe hero as well. So they have a lot of options in terms of potential Pudge players here.
Radiant team pick.
I will have to see. So same first phase bands.
Dire team pick.
All right. Yeah.
That is a 5-punch. I love that we're at this point in the Dota meta where we're actually seeing legitimate first phase Pudge picks, and it's not that bad.
It's not first phase Pudge. It's literally first pick Pudge.
Literally, I mean, we saw technically it was second pick last game, but we're just
10 seconds.
we're going from a 6-pick Pudge to a 5-pick Pudge. This is beautiful.
5
You know what that reminds me of? Remember remember in ranked matchmaking when you used to literally have 5 counter picks? Like it would just go like back and forth, the pick order. And you'd literally have 5 counter picks. That's crazy that was in the game.
I thought it was better in the blind. I think it's better in blind pick. I hate blind pick, dude.
Dire team pick.
I mean, there is like God, you can have like there was a while where it was like 1 2 2 2 2 2 1, right? I like there was literally a point where it was like one team, then the other team, then one team, then the other team, and so the team that picked second would literally get 5 counter picks.
10 seconds remaining.
Blind pick has issues, but I mean, just 5. It's so crazy that was in the game for that long, and like
Maybe it's been long enough I've forgotten how bad it was.
I mean, it's like I don't even remember people complaining about it. I don't think it was that bad, but just thinking about it now, just like imagine you queue a rank team, you get like every single one of your heroes gets to be a counterpick against the enemy team. Like you could literally see all of their heroes and counterpick their lanes. That's crazy.
I mean, you still get 4 counter picks if you're the other team. It's just your counter picks are less valuable, I guess.
Yeah, I mean you're like yeah.
You get the last overall pick too, so you can get the extreme.
No.
Is it not?
No, because it
Oh,
would
you're
literally
right.
be
You're right. You're right.
like 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Yeah.
How did they have for so long? You're right. How did they have for so long? I'm
There's
seeing
a lot
what
of
you
stuff like
mean
that in
now.
Dota. You should just be able to like pull the mid lane. I'll always talk about this one. You should just be able to pull the mid lane creeps and like kill all of your mid lane creeps. You could just like toss a big creep into your mid lane and it would get pulled. That was in the game for like a clean 4 years, and people tried to argue that it wasn't OP.
Yeah,
And then people
I
found like 70 different ways to do
am so happy I forgot this stuff. That was awful.
it.
I remember how awful that was.
The one variant like that was in the game, but people just didn't do it. But the one variant that they did do was if you were Wisp and you got the Dark Troll Summoner creeps, you could like aggro them, and then as their attack projectile was flying in the air, you could tether towards your mid lane creeps, and it would pull them. I remember that was one that people did.
I guess it's still better than. I'm not sure if you remember. I mean, I'm sure you remember battle crawling, but before battle crawling, way back in the day, when you could just give your mid laner any type of regen for free. Like you can give your mid laner
Yeah,
full
you could just
tangles,
like
full
drag.
salves.
Yeah. I remember. I
That
remember.
was the Bulbo
Seeing
strat. Just have your have Ix might give you like 4 gold of regen at the start every game, and it worked. I mean, Team Liquid made top 8 at TI doing that, so just give Bulbo your regen. Problem solved.
I remember seeing that on ISIS stream in like 2013. That was 2013, I think.
Another, there's a very famous Dread clip too, where he was playing Enchantress. It's like he just gave some the 18 tangos. It's like, all right, I'm playing mid now. You 18 tangos, you can land anywhere. I'm going mids. Those are wild times. Where were we? We have heroes. We have heroes selected. 5 pick
Undying
Pudge,
Necro.
6/7 Undying Necro, 8 Beastmaster.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant
Well, I saw a Necro Pudge in comp game, that the Quincy TSM series. Brow's game was like was super terrible on Necro. He or on Pudge. He was lower net worth than Moonman or Mirana for like the entirety of the game. That one was rough. I think that lane is like incredibly Necro favored. In the assuming it's like they're both the mid heroes.
5 seconds.
Last game though, they did pick 5 Pudge and it was pretty solid against the Necro.
I think we're seeing either a 5 Pudge or a 4 Pudge. I don't think. I know KU likes the Pudge, but unless there's like some Ember hero selected, I don't think it's gonna be a Pudge.
Yeah, actually, I kind of agree with you. They don't have the Grimstroke either, which I think it helped enable it when they did run it in the 2 games in their last series. Oh. They had
Actually,
this 8-pick Beastmaster though. That's pretty interesting. This hero is really good,
Seconds remaining.
but it was like ignored mostly last series, I want to say.
5 seconds
we've been
remaining.
seeing a big upswing in Beastmaster play over the last like 3 or 4 weeks. It feels like I don't have the stats to confirm that, but I feel like I've been watching these pro games, these amateur games, just seeing more and more Beastmaster being selected.
Yeah, I because I played it 3 games in a 3-game series, one of their series. The hero just got a lot better. People realize that you can just max axes now. I think the most common build is 4-2-0. Instead, previously people would go like 2-4-0 or like 0-4-2. But the axes just help you farm really fast, and they're really strong in lane. A lot of times you can just hit both of the heroes in the lane as well.
I know the Beastmaster Ags has been getting
I mean,
appreciated as well recently. It seems to be quite powerful.
Team ban.
yeah, it's a more niche option. I don't think that's something that you'll see even like most Beastmaster games. I was gonna say it's not something that you see every Beastmaster game, definitely, and even most Beastmaster games. I don't think you'll see them. Moo likes it a lot. I know, like he just in particular really likes the Beastmaster Ags. Aside from him though, I think it's a little bit more rare.
I know Mr. Rook, Mr. Salacious Sea Lion 62 is a big Beastmaster Ags enjoyer.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
And I remember when he was playing with Tib. I'm sure he was yelling at Tib like, "Hey Tib, buy Beastmaster eggs." So I'm not sure if like Tib got him on that or what, but I know he's definitely of that opinion as well.
I mean, it's good in these like long drawn out fights. You're just able to stack up a bunch of damage because it's percentage. You're just able to like keep stacking.
10
And
seconds.
speaking of percentage damage in long fights, they got Winter Wyvern.
5
That was
seconds
a
remaining.
great segue on that one, but it is a pretty decent Wyvern game. I know traditionally Wyvern is considered a very fantastic counter to the Beastmaster. Obviously, since the removal of Necrobook, no longer as powerful as it used to be, but still, you get that curse on the Radiant team, and they're just hitting their friends with the inner beast aura. It's like, all right, you're just killing me even faster now.
That's a banger Zeus game. They got two supports that don't jump you at all, and then the Wyvern doesn't really save people from Zeus, and Dying doesn't really save people from Zeus. Necrophos doesn't touch Zeus. Really solid Zeus game.
10 seconds remaining.
And they have options too, whether it's put it support, put it
It's
mid.
gonna be support, but they should definitely consider making it mid. But it's gonna be support.
I don't have the stats on this one either, but it feels like we're seeing like what, like 80-20 support versus mid Zeus nowadays.
Dire team pick.
Yeah, I'd say that's about correct. Night Stalker. Okay. It's a Night Stalker's lane's gonna be a little bit rough. I think if it's laning against this Undying. The like mid game and onwards though is gonna be really good. You can just like chill in fights and look to hunt Winter Wyvern. Sitting on top of Necro is pretty annoying for the hero as well. They have like crazy good vision on Radiant. They got Pudge and then Beastmaster Hawks, Zeus ulti, and Night Stalker all.
Yeah, every
Very
one of their
good.
heroes but Pudge gives you vision, and then Pudge utilizes vision well. So perhaps you might see a similar thing the last game when Toilet Jork had the Pudge plus vision thing. It's like, hey, put things in place with Roar, have him be run down by, say, Night Stalker, and then you hook him. Maybe that's your sort of strat there.
Mhm. Yeah, I mean they do have the Wyvern Cold Embrace, but this looks like a very terrible Cold Embrace game. I will say it doesn't save people against Zeus, and it's free setup for the Pudge.
I guess you can at least save people against Night Stalker to an extent with that, but yeah,
Yeah, no, that's true. You
it's better
definitely
for the
can.
stats, but definitely not a thing you prioritize a Wyvern in this game.
And that's rough because like I think that is a lot of like what makes support Wyvern good is the fact that you have this like
Radiant team.
fairly low cooldown percentage based heal.
All right, then. Goodbye, Clueless Axe. Clueless Centaur is now the new preferred hero pick, apparently. We're seeing another Clueless Centaur game. And you mentioned that last game is good into this Razor hero. It's also quite good into the Night Stalker as well, where
10
Night Stalker
seconds
wants to
remaining.
ascend and run at you, but if you're not silenced on Centaur, then you just stampede away and perhaps reposition for a better fight against Night Stalker.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. It's also like they finally kind of have a way to jump the Zeus. They're gonna like they'll be able to stampede and run at the Zeus now, which is nice. I'm not sold on this pick, but it's definitely solid. Dara's Drive is like weird also because
10 seconds remaining.
oh yeah, first of all, like one of these Radiant heroes, only one of them can go offlane. Only the Beastmaster or the Night Stalker can go offlane. So
Radiant team ban.
like one of them has to go mid most likely. Because I don't think either of these heroes are particularly good support. We saw a support with Beastmaster, but it did not really impress.
I mean, I'm guessing you mentioned how you'd like to see a mid Zeus, and perhaps that's what we'll end up seeing here. But yeah,
I
probably more than likely not.
5 seconds
I
remaining.
mean, even if it's a mid Zeus, only one of the one of the Beastmaster and the Night Stalker is gonna have to be in a funky lane still, because only one of them can be the 3 hero.
I feel like Malphite can play for a Beastmaster. I don't think I've ever seen it, but it just feels like a hero who can play for some reason. So I think
So we saw 5 Beastmaster, but it just like it didn't do very much. So I'm not sure what the purpose is.
if I knew Florida Storm's hero pool better, I'd be able to answer some better questions. But I actually have no idea what he
Seconds
plays.
remaining.
I To be honest, I think it's just gonna be like
Seconds remaining.
I think one of these heroes are I think it's gonna be like Night Stalker carrier or something for the swarm.
Whoa.
Wait, is that really that warranting of a whoa? I feel like that's a too uncommon.
It's not too uncommon, but it feels very
Radiant
bold this
team
game. So I don't feel like the Night Stalker versus Centaur lane is that powerful. And you're looking at this hero on the Night Stalker, who is definitely not the traditional carry hero.
Yeah, I mean Night Stalker's pretty strong in lane. You just have very strong base attributes like the armor, damage, all this shit's very strong. Night Stalker, you're very tanky. You got Void to like secure creeps. You don't really like crush any lane really, but you're fairly strong. And I mean, once it hits 5 minutes, then you can start being aggressive. Obviously, I I mean, yeah. As you said, I'm also unfamiliar before the storm. He beat my ass in melee one time though, I think.
I do know he's a former lads champion. Season 4 lads champion, by the way, but
Yeah, that's the skater team, right?
yeah, I think he's like borderline immortal nowadays, like 5.5 or so KMR. That's about all I know about this one. Okay, that does not answer our question in the slightest. We have another flex hero.
All right. Final prediction: Zeus Snapfire supports, Beastmaster offlane, Night Stalker mid pudge carry.
Dear God, that sounds awful.
10 seconds remaining.
This Necrophos is gonna feast on all of these lanes, though. The Necro is good in all of these lanes.
Now, there's a lot
they
of
first
strength here. As you mentioned percentage-based damage. I'm gonna mention it again. Necrophos percentage-based damage. Wyvern percentage-based damage. You have these melee strength heroes against Undying. This feels like a very rough game for Sus draft-wise.
Sus draft, certainly. They
Oh, now
did
you're the
carry
one
on
enjoying
Dire.
it.
Um,
You're saying
I
sorry.
feel like there are like so many good carry heroes here from Muvian. They just need something that does decently against the Beastmaster in lane. Like PA could be good. Did they ban it? No. Yeah. Ursa, yeah, that works well. That's a really good pick. Yeah, that's like way better.
I guess we now have to find out exactly how Sus are landing. So we has the 5 Beastmaster. It's going to be wait, sorry, a 3 Beastmaster, a 5 Snapfire, a 4 Zeus, a carry Night Stalker, and a mid Pudge. This is
Oh, we'll have
some
to see where
wild
the
stuff.
yeah, we'll have to see where all their players are leaning, but yeah, for the time being, that does seem like what it's gonna be.
Maybe they're just saying, you know what, farm priority is a social construct. We don't need it. We're gonna have 5 different 3 heroes. We're gonna have like an item and a half on everyone. Hopefully, if 3 items, Ursa can't kill all of us. I mean, that's the idea.
This looks like a very fun game to be Ursa, though, I will say. They're gonna need like Yule's on Radiant, and that item is like kind of dead. It feels like don't really see a whole lot of Yule Scepters nowadays.
Even then, it's not like any of these heroes. But when Yules was good, you can buy Yules necessarily. I mean, Zeus would buy it occasionally, but these aren't like say like a Zeus or not. Sorry, they're not like it's not like something like a Shrek type Yules buying hero of the past. It's just it's Night Stalker and Beastmaster and Snapfire. These heroes don't really buy Yules. Maybe you see Force Staff instead, but ugh.
I pff, I think Darius draft does definitely feel nicer to play. I'll say. I think they just like 6 picked Undying, 7 pick Necrophos, and those heroes both look to have very good games.
Well, here we go again. It is time for game number 2. We have paused for the 4th time this series now, or is it the 3rd time? It's 4th, right?
Yeah, for the Storm's item build is crazy.
What the literal what?
I think he's laning offlane against the Ursa.
I mean, that makes sense, but it just looks weird. You don't see
Yeah,
these items together literally ever.
yeah, I agree with you there. So okay, so it looks like he's gonna be offlane.
Because look at the other items though. Everyone's items seem a little bit weird in terms of like finding out where everyone's going. Because we're seeing
Safe lane
it's
Beastmaster?
safe lane
Interesting.
farming Beastmaster. Cicada has gone from 3 to 1 then, and that will be
I
the
think,
one swap.
I think it would make more sense to have Beastmaster go mid and Pudge go carry, but this is like pretty reasonable as well. I mean, the Beastmaster's gonna farm fine bottom. Yeah, nice. I like that he's already got the Bassy queued up. I think this is smart.
Oh yeah, if you are just joining us, welcome to game number 2 of Sus taking on Toilet Jork. Toilet Jork won game 1 very, very hard. Sus have lost their carry player to 1600 ping. He has now been replaced by For the Swarm, and hopefully we have a competitive game 2. My name is Badger. I'm joined by the one, the only logical Dota 2, and here we go. So hopefully we're hoping some good Dota.
30 seconds to battle.
I think nothing is gonna happen before the runes here.
Yeah, seems like we saw a little bit of frisky arrow throwing last game, but this game, everybody is safely distanced a full computer screen or so away from each other at least. So I think nothing's happening this time around.
Yeah, just a even 2-2 trade. They don't want to show their lanes on Radiant, so they're not gonna like the Beastmaster's positioned very defensively. Pudge is blocking from his tier 3.
Speaking of windlaces, guess who also has a windlace? It's the other dude leading into Ursa. It's multiple windlace buyers this game.
Breathe it in.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, this Zeus item build looks so wild.
I think Zeus just has 59 base damage. This plumber looking dude just has 59 damage, so he'll be fine without damage items.
Yeah. He is the god of gods, right? Isn't that Zeus?
I
King of
guess.
gods? Yeah. I mean, I can kind of understand it, because, like, the Undying's also going to run at him, so yeah, so to stop this happening, he's going to get a windlace. Oh, he's gotta walk a funky direction, though, I will say. He's gonna have to go the long way.
Luckily, he is still faster than the Undying, and all the creeps have stayed on him aggro-wise, so he's just slowly taking the creeps on a little journey.
Oh, he should decay this camp right now. Oh, okay, he just blocked the lane instead. But he could have connected. Oh, he missed the creep wave. This is gonna be annoying for Malphite. He's gonna get A-clicked by this and die. He's probably gonna have to bring this under tower.
This is actually hilarious. This
Yeah.
is
Ah,
real Dota 2 right here.
that's really unfortunate for Malphite. His courier died.
Did his courier? It's 2 couriers about to die.
The Pudge
Where's the Pudge courier going?
This one doesn't even have anything on it. Oh, he was. Oh, it's because he was trying to get the ring of health for his because he's in the mid lane.
Dude, Fleshkadu is actually on some next level plays right now. Over to bottom lane, we will see first blood. It appears. Cookie away by Kobe. But Kate is being run at by Microfry and Clueless. Beastmaster has axes, but little else to work with. He can attempt the salve, but I think he's going to accept his death. He'll tank the tower. He'll give the last up to Clueless, actually. Probably not his intention. Over to top lane. Never mind. Nothing happened to top lane. This is first blood bottom lane.
Mid lane's going pretty even. I wasn't expecting that, but I guess this lane just kind of gets worse over time. And Necro doesn't Necro doesn't super crush heroes. You just kind of like slowly out CS them, make the lane shitty for them.
I guess with Pudge having the Ring of Health, that's even a little bit easier in this early game for Polo to just hit the Pudge ruin his game. But for now, I mean, it's still Necro up, as you mentioned, slightly in CS, but relatively even still.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Ooh, big trade stop lane going on. But Flash News just zoning Radiant away from playing Dota 2. Fastloth is just hitting creeps, having a great time in Ursa. Speaking of things you mentioned it's a great game to play Ursa. You would really enjoy playing Ursa this game, and I'm sure Fastloth is enjoying his game right now.
He's got the ring of health queued up. Looks like he's gonna go Battle Fury, which is kind of surprising. I think that it would be a lot nicer to just like buy a Diffusal and try to hunt heroes. Oh, he's under a little bit of trouble, but it's hard to get kills with the pre-nighttime Night Stalker. His skill point that does literally nothing.
Flash News might die top lane. Yeah, they have him jump away by Malefic, and Undying his dies.
I think he wanted to die, but I don't think that's the best way of going about that. This is gonna come back to lane with 4 resources now, at least.
Because he was relatively low on mana, I think. Don't quote me on that one, but...
Yeah, he was.
Okay, we're seeing some stacking going on Zeus, so apparently that is the plan, is to power farm your Beastmaster at the Tri-Camp, because I don't see any other hero on the Radiant farming those things, so... Seeing
Pudge.
some stacks for Beast... Can Pudge farm Ancient stacks?
Yeah, you can.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. The fleshy active and raw. I've seen that before.
I've seen the Flesh Heap active, but... I guess Rot's just enough damage.
I hope so. Yeah. Maybe you need a Vanguard. I'm not sure. I don't know the exacts of it. I haven't played Pudge. I haven't kept up with Pudge, but I know you can farm ancient stacks now. I've heard that from a couple people.
That sounds correct, but it feels wrong. Speaking of feeling wrong, it's Malthik being run at the top lane. I'm not sure I was going with that one, but Zeus actually survives. Ay ay ay. Seeing some fighting in the runes for a river for runes by KU and Polo, but it's not like either really need the runes, so it's no harm, no foul in either direction.
Bottom lane looks rough. Clueless has Vanguard finished already. He got like one mid pretty much. He's level 6.5 when Polo is 5. Like is about to be 6.
Actually diving the tower too. This is a little bit bold from KU.
I mean, no one's gonna punch. They don't have any heroes that can do anything. Like he's getting Arctic burn now. He's gonna use this hood active and take no damage.
Is
Or
it
maybe
attempted
not.
to kill? I mean, he's slowly, and I do mean slowly dying. But they're still running at him. Over into the Radiant side, Jungle Clueless fighting in a 1v2. He nearly brings down Kobe, but Snapfire is a bit too fast to go down. Now Keita with the axes will attempt to kill the Centaur. Cookie in on the creep with a stun, but now there's no cancel for the TP. Clueless will get away, so nobody dies across the map. Looking over at Economy, it's currently Dire up by 2k net worth already.
I think it's mostly because this top lane, the Night Stalker is struggling quite a bit. It's only at 10 CS.
That is not ideal, you're right.
Should be a little bit better for him now because it's nighttime.
His 2 points into the passive are now actual skill points, and that's literally nothing, so yeah, it will pay off.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I've seen Saber like get silenced at level 2 just because the early lane matters a lot. Just to make sure that he doesn't like literally waste skill points. And you can use it sometimes as well to like, if you know that they're about to like cast a spell to try to like nuke a range creep, you can press it and stop that because it's an instant cast spell now.
I guess this game's a little bit harder to do for the ranging applications, but even though you see Undying, there's always some very long cast animations you could potentially stop. But I guess at that point you're only stopping what, Decay or Soul Orb at most, so.
Yeah, I mean I don't really think it would have done a whole lot in this lane. It's just something I know.
Certainly is an interesting bit of information. Over in the river, it's Flesh Canoe, slowly being run down by Florida Swarm, but Polo has turned, and everyone will be once again fine. That's been the story of the game, is everyone's fine. Everyone gets gone on, and everyone lives. But this time, bottom, somebody surely is going to die. It's Keita being dove under the tower by Centaur and Wyvern. Stampede activated into Hookstop onto, into Double Edge. Beastmaster down, and the dive continues for Snapfire. Dire's Creep Wave has arrived under the tower. Snapfire, Snap HP has both spells available, being that Cookie and the Scatterblast. Scatterblast hooks down 2. Cookie hits on 1, but still Snapfire is being run down by Arctic Burn. He'll juke in the trees, but there is no way out. Your death is foretold. Good jukes in the trees, but eventually, right? Yeah, they see him. There's no way. And he's now dead.
That he would have lived actually if it wasn't for that meddling range creep. Honestly, it blocked him at the end there.
What do you do? Gang range creeps. Keita returns to the fight. Bottom lane, he has roar and axes on Micro Fry, but well, now he has no roar and he has no axes, and Dire are running away. Micro Fry TP's away, but Malthik will cancel it with that lightning bolt in the trees. Over to Radiant Tri-Camp, we see KU hitting some creeps, but Fastloft also wants to be there hitting those creeps.
Yeah, he's gonna be taking these stacks now in KU. Takes like no damage with the fleshy pact actually down. Gonna heal up a little bit with the ult as well. This hero is pretty wild, it farms very quickly.
Yeah, how long does Flesh Heap's active last? I mean, look at the tooltips, it doesn't really tell you.
It's like 7, I think, 8 maybe.
And that would be. I was casting with Neff the other night, and he was mentioning that there's just no Flesh Heap duration.
It's 5, 6, 7, 8. It depends on the level.
That would be really useful information to have on your tooltip.
That's hilarious.
This is not there.
I knew it was like not that crazy, but I didn't know that it scaled with levels. That would be interesting though. Are you seeing this by the way? He's like taking no damage right now from the.
I'm seeing Curse is taking some damage top lane, now turning with the Enrage and being stampeded away by Clueless. He actually might die. Ascension has been popped. Tombstone and Soul Rip have been used by Undying to keep Fastloth alive. Back to looking at Pudge, and yeah, I see what you mean now.
Yeah, you can dismember on creeps as well because it works for it does double duration against creeps, and so you end up being able to heal a lot.
Pudge is using all the buffs Ice Rod's given over the last like 10 years. Bottom lane, we see a roar from Keitha into the cover from KU. Speaking of KU, rotating bottom lane, Clueless will attempt to get away, but he's slowed by the boar and the
Nice,
rats,
well
and is
played.
now dead.
I like that double edge on the boar. That was smart. I was hoping that he was gonna do that. It's a little bit spiteful, but you just get a little bit of gold before you go down.
Every little bit counts, even though it's like a very meager pittance from the boar. Every bit counts.
I mean, that's why he's top net worth, that kind of efficiency.
You know, if you do that exact play 100
Yeah.
times.
If you kill yourself to kill boars, you will be top net worth.
Oh, please don't try to home in your buffs. Alright, we are seeing a bit of aggression middle lane by the Dire. They perhaps want to go with the siege unit, but Hook and Dismember have been used on Centaur. Thunder God's Wrath, Mortimer's Kisses, all on the deck, and it brings down Centaur. Dire will attempt to turn with the Tombstone, but Flesh Canoe is low as well. The Tombstone has fallen, and Dire, their push is now officially dead with the death of their siege units.
That's true. I mean, Dire definitely struggles to kill these towers, except for the Centaur passive. So they're gonna have to be a little bit careful because just kind of like standing around tanking towers makes yourself very hookable with Pudge.
They actually want to go on Beastmaster bottom lane, and I guess there's no TP to a tower, so Kato eventually will die. Or perhaps, nah, Curse has been activated. There's no
Well, they have
way
Ursa and Wyvern. Yeah, okay. Maybe I can understand this battle fury. Actually, they got the Ursa Wyvern combo. This is a classic. You can just stack Fury swipes on what's it called? On a curse target, and then when the curse finally ends and they have like 10 Fury swipe stacks on them, you cleave off the Fury swipes damage, and so you just end up doing a shit ton of damage in the team fights. I remember when Battle Fury Ursa was first popular, Wyvern was also on the meta, and that was like a really potent combo.
At this point, he's not too far from that B Fury. He's 200 gold away, so he's quite close. Middle lane, hook from KU on Polo. Both teams collapse in. Radiance. Sapphire focuses down Tombstone into the Scatter Blast on Undying. They move to Polo, who has Ghost Route and a Hood active. He'll attempt to run away, but he's being bolted down by Zeus. Slowed by a Rot and brought to the grave to join his Undying. 2 kills for the Radiance. 2.5 you got a Tombstone.
Sure, yeah. 2.5. Oh, Fatsloth stuck himself.
He's
Oh
now
my god.
going to die for the missed Earth Shock. Micro Fry is nearby, but I don't think there's a way out. Before the Swarm rotates in, Ascension has been popped. Fatsloth is dead. Wyvern will get run down, but Dire are respawning. Undying and Centaur are nearby, but they cannot save their Wyvern. They are forced to watch him die. And Radiant have that flying vision. They see Undying. They see Centaur. Thunder God's Wrath and Hook bring down the Undying. Everybody's respawning. Undying. Let them respawn once again into this fight, but Necro and Centaur are back. They're being run at by KU. Dismember. Mortimer's Kisses. Stampede is the counter play, but Clueless. Can he juke it out? Yes, he can, actually! Malefic has Lightning Bolt. That will finish the job. And again, Dire are respawning into the fight. Ursa is back. Wyvern is back. Hook is on fast off. I'm not sure KU wants that hook. Overpower has ended, but KU almost certainly will die here. Cookie away. Wait, is that enough slow to get him away? It actually is! They keep KU alive. Snapfire will die for her sins, but for the sin of saving KU, you get a good job in your team chat, I'm sure.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. The Ursa unfortunately died and then respawned, but the ult is so long cooldown at level 1 that it wasn't up for that fight, so he wasn't able to purge off the Zeus jump to keep chasing. Speaking of the Zeus jump, Malefic's been having a really good game. I haven't really been talking about it too much, but he is sitting at a pretty clean 3:05 minute 14. That's very impressive for a support hero.
I know Zeus is here who loves to be involved in a bunch of kills. He's involved in 80% of his team's kills right now.
I mean, honestly, the more impressive part to me is the zero deaths. His game's been very solid. He's actually gonna have a shard at minute 15. That's not the most common, and his hero can definitely carry the game. If the unless the Ursa is able to like jump on him and kill him, he's gonna do the most damage in the fight.
I want you to put your attention to the hero net worth chart right now. We see Pudge, 3 Dire heroes, and then 4 Radiant heroes. Oh, it just changed, but it was just fun to look at for a bit, seeing the distribution. This is a hilarious distribution.
Yeah, and Dire is still leading, even though that's how it is.
They
I guess
did lose
actually
most of their lead, though. I mean, they were up by almost 4k gold earlier in the game. Now they're down to a more or less fighter gold lead.
This Night Stalker inventory looks so sad, by the way. He bought the shard, but it just looks so depressing.
You know, it's funny, if Zeus had this exact same inventory plus shard, like, oh yeah, Zeus, great game, but if it's this Night Stalker, it's like, oh god, he's got
Oh,
nothing.
and just look at his inventory. It's like
I know.
for a Night Stalker's hero that has to scale well as well, or that has to like snowball. I mean, I don't really like the term snowball. I feel like it's kind of weird in Dota, but this hero needs to like keep its game going. You're not like allowed to make too many mistakes, fall off. Undyne got roared.
Yeah,
That's
Flesh
it.
Canoe has tanked the gank, I suppose, but I'm not sure if the gank's over yet.
Maybe for the Storm will start eating his Beastmaster's ancient creeps. Once he's got those. That's why he bought it so early. So he can grief his teammates. And he's gonna eat this
So
Roshan
I'm not
right
sure
now.
if that's worth it.
I think we talked about this before. You know you can eat your teammates' couriers?
You have, and I'm still not sure
Yeah.
why you can. Yeah, I understand you can, but it just seems wrong.
So if you got a Night Stalker on your team, it's actually you're legally obliged to send your courier to him to save him against someone.
Thunder God's Wrath will break the blink of Clue, saving the Roshan. Pudge has obtained the Aegis. Dire will attempt the turn. Hook snap on Night Stalker, but he's been hooked away and cookied away. Good team play by Radiant, saving their Night Stalker. So it is a Roshan going to Sus, and a clean retreat from the Roshan pits. That's a really... It was kind of low-key, but it was a fantastic situation for the Radiant, the way they canceled the blink there, they had Night Stalker scouting, they saved Night Stalker after he scouted. That's just good play right there.
Yeah, that's all. They're able to cleanly take their first ages. I'm kind of surprised as well. Their heroes are like not amazing at taking Roshan. Sure, they got like Beastmaster, which is good, but the rest of their heroes not really the best at killing the Roshan bees.
We are on Zeus Death Watch. He still has not died yet.
Same with for the Swarm. Flesh
Will
Canoe's
die
died
though.
multiple
Will
times.
Flesh Oh, how many deaths is that? That is 5 deaths. That is nearly half his team deaths. He's having a relatively sad game on. Actually, correction, he's having a very sad game on Undying.
Under attack.
Yeah, especially because his team has not really been the most active about seeking fights. Because I think they're trying to they're trying to let the Ursa hit his timings.
If that is the goal, he's doing quite well on. I mean, he is #1 net worth now, and he is not going to slow the farm anytime soon.
Yeah, I mean he's not particularly poor, but I'm not a super big fan of Fat Slot's build right now. I mean there's like the Battle Fury, but I think going this like phase Battle Fury blink is kind of odd. Because he can still die very easily. Like he'll do a decent bit of damage once he finishes this basher, but he still dies very easily. I don't think he can like
Under attack.
easily kill a Zeus or Pudge in these fights.
Dire's
Think trying to play for a later time would be better, like a Scotty or something in 20.
Get on Polo, but Dire are ready to play. Stampede has activated, but Radiant have vision with Thunder God's Wrath. Tombstone will be brought down. Sad day again for Flesh Canoe. And now we see Dire TPing top lane for Keita. He has killed the tier 2 tower, and it seems like there will be no vengeance. His team is again going to rendezvous with him, meaning Dire cannot bring down Beastmaster. So across the map, Radiant get a tier 2 tower and lose nothing.
Yeah, solid. They got the ages as well. They're looking at a tier 3 right now. There's no way they can go for this.
They probably shouldn't, but I wouldn't put it past them for just to die for some heroes. And we're seeing KU just walk high ground and says, you know what? I'm a fat man with 2.4k HP. I have an Ags, I have an Eternal Shroud, I have 2 lives. Stop me.
I think they will on Tire, but they're not present currently.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
We are
They're not
seeing
gonna
the
have the
setup
Basher.
now, but at this point the tower's already half HP. Link in by Clueless into the Death Bolts from Polo. KU ceiling! Hook has split the wickets, he will miss this time, and now...
Oh, they have Undying against Pudge. I didn't even realize. It's going to be impossible for him to get hooks off of, to get hooks off in team fights because the zombies block hooks.
I suppose they've been doing a decent job of hitting the tombstone in the fight, but it can't be dead literally always. Eventually it will be up, and every hit blocked by a zombie is a very sad day for the Radiants.
Yeah, they have decent heroes. I mean, they got like Beastmaster Aura and they have Snapfire E, but they don't have heroes that like want to be hitting the tomb. You know, like they don't have ranged heroes that hit it like a Mirana or anything like that. Like Zeus doesn't want to be hitting it, and then like the melee course can hit it, but they're melee. And Snapfire is definitely good at hitting the tomb, but it's the only one kinda.
Despite those relative limitations, though, I mean, they've been making a very conscious effort of killing it in the fights. Like, I've been seeing it every single fight snap. I was like, alright, my job, use Little Shredder, hit the tombstone, ruin a Flesh News game. And that's, I mean, it's worked in a lot of these fights so far. KU has Aegis for 30 more seconds, and he's just showing his face around Dire's base. And they really can't stop him from doing that. Thunder God's Wrath has been activated to scout for Fat Sloth, but he's been stampeded away by Clueless as Blink up in 1. Now, Fat Sloth will attempt the Blink, and he will get away. Dire have kept their carry alive. It took a lot of effort, but that is a job well accomplished.
Yeah, they got a Dark Ascension used as well. They're gonna turn around look for a fight.
Hook in on Flesh Canoe, Dismember to follow, and now we see a roller on Centaur into Mortimer's Kisses. Curse is on 3, zones away most of the Radiant heroes, but Clueless still dies. Now Dire collapse on 4 the Swarm. Scythe brings him down. Dire move. They bash the Pudge with Ursa, but can Ursa survive? He will kill KU. He attempts to get away. Malefic brings him down. Now Keita on low HP TP's away. It's a 2v2 fight now. It's Snapfire and Zeus on the run. TP away from Snapfire will be successful. Now Zeus turns on Wyvern. Wyvern has fallen, but Zeus will give his life for that kill. Overall, a relatively even exchange kills-wise.
Okay. I mean, that's pretty decent momentum for Dire. It's unfortunate for the Ursa that he died without really getting any kills. But I think Dire needed that to just like kind of stabilize the game a little bit. Major winner of that fight, I think, might be Zeus. Like, he ended up dying at the end, but he got the last hit for Fat Sloth and the last hit for the Wyvern. He, like, solo killed the Wyvern pretty much with, like, auto attacks and a couple spells. Was previously looking to buy a Yule Scepter, but now, after that fight, is sitting 1k gold away from the Aghanim Scepter.
That is... I mean, he's going to be 6th in net worth quite soon, both because his Night Stalker is poor, but also because he's rich.
Yeah. I mean, those things are generally correlated. Your 3's really poor, then either you're losing the game really hard, or your 4's taking all his creeps.
In this case, it is most certainly the latter. It's still a relatively even game.
No.
Oh?
Well, I know, maybe it's true, actually. Maybe he is actually taking a lot of his creeps. I haven't been seeing.
I was going to say, I mean, they're not losing, so...
Yeah, that's true.
They are playing a relatively even game right now, and well, Flesh Canoe again is going to fall. Thunder God's Wrath, Link dismembers, Scatterblast to finish, and well...
Oh my god, what the hell?
What have you
Snapfire
seen?
has a Wraith Pact finished.
Oh my. You're right, that is worth mentioning.
They bought 2 Vlads on Radiant. They had they got the Helm of the Overlord, and they have Wraith Pact.
Does it then stack or no?
No.
Okay, I was pretty sure it didn't. But...
I think it's just some poor coordination here by Radiant. I mean, these items are still fine. Like, this is a very good Wraith Pack game against Necrophos.
Blink in again by KU, this time for Centaur Warrunner. Helmet of the Lord Creep and Mortal's Kisses are on top, and that will finish the job. Dire will attempt to turn with Necro and Ursa, but I'm not sure if they want to fight this fight. Radiant are on the way with a lot more heroes. Ursa has Blink, will not blink. It's instead KU blinking in for Polo, as Ursa runs at Zeus. The curse will be on Pudge and a Beastmaster creep. Now, for the Swarm will tank some Wyvern spells, notably the Arctic Burn, but Radiant still remain alive on 5. They've taken some damage, but they have gotten a core kill and they will walk away as 5.
Solid. I think they're kind of waiting for the next Roshan to make any major maneuvers, but they're happy taking these small skirmishes because they're definitely strong.
I think
Dire-
big. Oh, you saying?
No, I was gonna say Dire, they're like closing in on the timing now because they got the Centaur BKB and the Ursa BKBs coming up as well. But fights are still like difficult for them to take. They have to be very careful about their target priority.
I'm happy you brought the BKBs. I was going to bring up the BKBs. Very convenient. Speaking of BKBs, Radiant are also buying some of their own. Beastmaster is on the way. Surprisingly, Pudge not even bothering with in this game, but Nightsucker has his as well, so we'll be seeing 4 BKBs quite soon. Radiant Scout with Thunder God's Wrath, blink in by KU, but the hook has been missed. Now it is Dire, Tombstone on the floor, running away, and they will focus down Flesh Canoe. However, he's still alive. Now we see a 2-man hook stomp from Clueless into his sight. They bring down the Pudge, the biggest kill they could have gotten, and now they run at the safe lane farming, carry Beastmaster. They bring him to the grave as well. 2 core kills for Toilet Jork. And that is exactly what they needed.
Yep, they're able to get the big Pudge as well. That's very nice. No Zeus death, but those are some very timely kills because Roshan's respawning in 40 seconds. And Pudge won't be up in time. I mean, they won't be able to like kill Rosh before the Pudge respawns, but they're gonna take over the map. So even after he respawns, they'll be good. They're gonna get this tier 1 mid tower as well. Oh my god, look how much damage Zeus does.
Look, it's a pretty late T1 tower. I mean, sure, it's good that it's dead, but it's minute 27 on the clock, and that's a middle T1. They were attempting it with the minute 10 siege unit. They got like half PHP at minute 10, and yet it just remained alive for 17 more minutes, which is... I'm not going to say it's a complete shock, but it's definitely surprising.
For sure. I mean, it was always hard for them to get that, like for them to,
He's
to kill.
no, he's fucking the right band, it just responds!
Oh no.
Alright, what were you saying before that?
No, but yeah. Damn, Zeus is kind of fucking it up. Does Nimbus get static field? I should actually know this. Zeus,
I have no idea. I mean, I don't think it does, but I wouldn't be shocked if it did.
Oh! Damage sources Nimbus itself. Despite this, the bolts still trigger static field on their targets, which is still source to Zeus.
Okay then, I've been corrected by Dota. Thank you, Dota. Thank you.
Yeah,
Lashful.
but the reason it wasn't static fielding Roshan is because obviously you can't static field Roshan.
That sounds a little bit broken in terms of overall damage on Roshan. I mean, 9% cure health would be a lot of damage. Both teams have smoked up as 5. They know the stakes of this second Roshan of the game. KU walks forward. Undying pops his smoke. Dire Scout. Stampede. BKB activated. Microfy wants a big curse. Had the blink up but could not find the right targets. As a result, Radiant will now reposition. They're splitting up for now, putting some new wards up. But Vaslov wants to go for the kill on Roshan. It's already 2/3 HP. He's bashing it. Do Radiant know he's in there? I don't think they do. Nimbus is up, but Thunder Wrath is not. Roshan is going to that fast sloth. Radiant again smoke, but is it too late? Yes, it is! Aegis, Shard have been grabbed. What a great maneuver by Fastsloth. And the hook has been missed by KU, so Dire can retreat.
Solid. I mean, they went with this Ursa 20 talent. It's super strong. The extra Fury Swipes damage is plus 12. Gives you 1 1/3 levels of Fury Swipes. Able to just sneak Roshan like that. That's kind of a big deal. Because that gives you a lot more leeway to jump these important heroes on Radiant. You can overextend a little bit to kill the Zeus because you got 2 lives now.
It's always a great way to solve all the problems in your drafts. Like, you know what? You have this problem. Like, you know, just throw a body at it. Problem solved. Especially the hero like Ursa, who's very good at just throwing a body for a kill and then dying. But if you have 2 lives, then who cares? Both teams are splitting the map generally, but Dire are definitely more split right now than the Radiant are. They have 4 minutes left on the Aegis, so I guess at some point they're going to need the group to use it, but I don't think this Aegis will give any kind of high ground siege the way it's looking. Maybe we can get some tier 2 towers to go down, but
I mean, they still got a tier 1. I don't know if they can. I don't know if they're looking for high ground right now. Was he dying actually? Holy shit!
BKB, but
Okay.
can he get out? I think he can.
Oh, he's gonna time it. Wait. Zeus ulti?
Oh, the damage,
yes.
just not enough. Too much resistance on Centaur. Yeah. He has no hood or anything, he's just that tanky.
Yeah, it just has high HP hero. And static field doesn't do that much damage when the heroes are like low health already. Because it's 9% of current.
You mentioned how there were tier 1s alive. That will be changing. Never mind, it won't be changing. Radiant have glyphed, Fast Sloth has blinked away, and at minute 31, the T1 remains alive, which, I mean, good for you, tier 1. You've outlived your expected shelf life. And you are now dead. Look at Malphite. This is peak 4 support gameplay right now. Just sitting in the tree somewhere on the other side of the map.
Uh-oh. Oh my god, that was close. Is he... Oh, he is dead. He's gonna get Abyssal, yeah.
Abyssal, Overpower. Neko arrived. I don't think did any damage, but he was there for moral support, and now Zeus is dead.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Chill.
They all have that line, huh?
Yeah, it is. Smoke up as 4. They say, you know what? We'll say we're chilling, but we're not chilling. We're jumping. We are killing your Night Stalker. We're going to scythe him. And now, KU has been spotted under tower. Stampede in. Overpower. We see a curse on Beastmaster, so Dire can dive the Pudge, but Pudge remains alive with Ghost Scepter. Now Keita will BKB, he will TP, and he will get Abyssal Bladed by Fat Sloth, so there is no escape for the Beastmaster. Zeus has brought back into the game, but again, Radiant have lost 2 core heroes. Neither have buyback, so this bottom tier 2 is most certainly going to die. Dire will claim this outpost, and they will certainly get a lot of map control of that one.
Okay. Not bad. I mean, they're gonna pick up this tier 2 tower, and they can even look for this tier 3. I think. They're not going to because it's a little bit awkward with their heroes, but they just kind of have like full control of the map now. Can farm everything. 1 minute left on Aegis. They can probably get both tier 2s.
We are beginning to run low on Aegis timer. It is less than a minute for Fat Sloth, but as you mentioned, tier 2s are in some severe danger right now. The mid tier 2, the most immediate target, will fall. And actually, this top tier 2 might be alive for a little bit longer. Again, we see Zeus just in the top lane hitting creeps, so the wave is all the way up here towards this Dire side, where the tier 2 would have been. It's now dead, but where the TT used to be, so if Dire want this tower, they can perhaps play Tri-Camp, push in these waves, but it's going to take a while to eventually get this tower.
Radiant doesn't really have any of the heroes out on the map right now. They're gonna smoke though. Okay. Aggressive.
And if it works, it will pay off. Looking at their vision, they see a lot with the Hawk, but Dire seem to know something's up. Left Canoe was stunned by the Beastmaster Bird Shard, but Dire will stampede away, knowing their Aegis is lost, and it seems like the smoke will miss.
Okay. That's pretty nice for Dire. And they give Radiant the map back, but oh, okay. Nice dodge. Dire can kind of just like go back right now. They don't have Aegis, but I mean, I think they're strong enough. Maybe they want to wait for this Ursa because he's got 3k gold and he's about to be level 25. I think they're still stronger right now on Dire though, so I think they still can look for a fight even before hitting the timing.
Look at Fastloff. He really wants to fight right now. He's just sitting, waiting. If we wait a little bit longer, perhaps he'd have found a target.
Oh
But
my
instead,
god,
they're
wait,
going to
he's
find
kind of...
him. Link in, dismember, Nimbus. The damage, is it high enough to bring down the Ursa? No! Now we see a roar reflected by the Lotus Orb. Ursa has been kept alive. He will enrage. He will turn in. It's time for Radiant to scramble away. Scythe on Beastmaster. He has fallen. The trade will be for Flesh New. Fastloff is very low. Can Zeus finish the kill? Zeus wants to go and he will get the kill. Fastloff has fallen. Wyvern will perish as well. 3 kills for Sus. And they want a 4th kill. Both Polo and Clueless are being run at. Hook on Necro as Centaur is fighting in a 1v3. Dismember on Necro. Necro will BKB back to Centaur. He's still being fought. Hook stomp on 2, but Centaur cannot escape. He will fall back to the Dire base. It's KU blinking nearly to the fountain. Ghost Shroud from Polo, but Pudge has Dismember. He has the hook. He has the rod. But the hook was missed. Instead, a Wyvern, actually. So Microfry will glimmer himself. He will again run to his fountain. And we see a curse just to retreat all the way to the fountain. A huge chase by Sus. And they have won the fight very handily.
I'm surprised Fastloff didn't buy back there when the Pudge was stunning himself with this member and got cursed and everything. But yeah, I mean, really nicely taken fight by Radiant. They even take it like right up next to the Dire base, so they're actually gonna be able to get something off of that. I mean, if you die like away from your base, like if you die on Radiant side of the map, then you don't really mind too much if you're Toilet Jork. Winning a fight right here though, they're gonna be able to push all the lanes in.
Yeah, I mean, it's fantastic. Sure, there's no Roshan quite yet, but you can get these wards up. You can miss some hooks as well if you're KU, but it's okay. You've hit enough hooks. It's okay to miss 1 or 2.
They're not gonna be able to get any like tier 3 damage, but
We'll get a few hundred maybe with the siege units. They have 2 siege units.
true.
So sure, the tower is definitely not going to die, but hey, if you get like 1/5 of the HP, that's some unhealable damage. Every little bit counts. That's 600 damage. 653 damage. Not very consequential, but still, it is damage. Hook on... blocked by the Hawk of Keita. Would have hit the Undying. Instead, Dismember has been canceled by the Abyssal. Scythe in, but Pudge remains alive. Pudge will be run down by Ursa. Fortisar attempts to silence the Dire with BKBs in hand. Run at Snapfire. Snapfire has fallen as well. 3 Radiant heroes are on the retreat in the Dire's tri-camp, but Dire are pursuing. The bash on Keita. The Beastmaster will roar, but there is no way out. Curse used for good measure. Keita will fall to Fastloff. Triple kill for the Ursa Bear. In a big team fight win, this time for Toy the Jork.
Okay. Pretty back and forth game now. Roshan did respawn, so this is very good for Dire. They're gonna probably pick up an Aegis and a Refresher Shard.
That is an incredibly early respawn, I think, too. Like, that's incredibly early, wow.
This is pretty big, honestly. I think this is kind of Toilet Jork's window. Yeah, Cluse is gonna scout it out as well.
Well, the Swarm is in this, but that is... I mean, he knows it's dangerous territory to be in, and I think this Roshan will give it up for free.
Yeah, I think so as well. No Night Stalker ult, so there's no kind of shenanigans you can try to pull off. Yeah, I thought they might like Nimbus, and then he'll try to like blink in, or he'll try to like Dark Ascension in, but none of that on the Night Stalker right now, so it's like... So who's getting the Refresher Shard? Necro, interesting.
Maybe they'll get passed over at some point, or maybe not. Maybe they'll just stay on Necrophos. It is Aegis to Ursa, Cheese to Centaur, Warrunner, and as you were surprised about, as am I, the Refresher on Necrophos. I guess it is double BKB, double Scythe, so not too bad, but it's definitely odd.
Yeah, I mean, BKB on Necro is... It kind of goes both ways, because it means that you can't Ghost Shroud either while you're a BKB, so that can be rough. They should give it to Wyvern, though, so they can stack up even more Fury Swipes. He can just, like, curse and then Refresher curse when it runs out.
Seems like overkill with stacking stacks for that long.
Yeah, and then they'll just have, like, 18 Fury Swipe stacks and they'll get one shot. That'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, I would certainly get the job done. The damage would be overpowering for sure. We are seeing Tier 2 top fall. That is the last outer tower of the series. All the Tier 2s have been killed. They have been destroyed. And now Dire are TPing back to defend. They know they have another 4 minutes on the Aegis. There's no rush quite yet. Radiant have pushed the middle lane out and the bottom lane out pretty far, but the TPs are away in time. At least on Zeus it is. KU, he'll TP as well. So Dire swept back with the smoke, but they found no reward. Only some lanes to push out.
They're cruising right now on Dire. He's finished a Satanic on Fat Sloth. That's pretty nice for these team fights. Had the Agi Blink Keto for the longest time. They can just like kind of push out the waves and then go run at the Radiant heroes. Like I think Fat Sloth's gonna push this like 2 or 3 waves and then they're just gonna go run at Radiant in their triangle. Do have this very nice ward down right here. And he missed it.
They are out of smokes actually, so it might be a little bit harder, but with this ward, yeah, it's... Oh, now it's been caught. Malefic knew something was up and eventually found the ward, so it's... Ward dead, but Dire are in the middle lane sort of area. Centaur is showing his face. And they might try to force with the siege units middle lane. They do have Centaur. They can slowly hit the buildings. KU has hook but cannot find an angle on the siege units. So now it is Tombstone activated. Radiant will glyph, but so will Dire. Delaying the death, but a fantastic hook from the KU kills the siege unit. The problem is, there's still 5 heroes hitting your tower. Dive bomb hits the Ursa. Centaur, Ursa now are being a bit damaged. Radiant will hook on Centaur. Centaur will cheese. Has PK, but can't get off in time. Roar on Ursa. Clueless remains alive. Now will Stampede. Will BKB will actually get away. Patsloth is low, but still has 1 more life. But he's Satanic! Can he get left heals off in time? He's hitting nothing! And now his Wyvern is dead, and he is dead! He'll put BKB in inventory, but there'll be a 3-second window of no BKB. KU will attempt to kill him. Dismember, used, undying, dead. Patsloth, dead! And now it is Sus turning it around. The Yule's on Polo as well! They will kill the Necrophos, sure! He has BKB, but there is no way out. 4 heroes dead. In Sus.
Oh
They
my
have defended.
god. Dire were just a little bit too hasty taking the fight, I think. Fat Sloth, I mean, he didn't even get his BKB off. But I guess it was nice hooks as well by KU. Pulling him pretty deep into the Radiant base. I think Dire just misplayed there, though. I don't think that fight was supposed to be bad for them.
I guess it was a combination of good hooks from KU, but also just a rough fight at a certain point. Sometimes you lose the fight. Clueless. He's in severe danger. He's just dead. Okay then. There's a buyback on Centaur and Ursa, but Sus. They're running it down the middle lane. That will be at least 1 set of barracks. Wait, when did they get the range rack top lane?
I think like a little while, like a couple seconds before.
Okay, they have range racks top lane then. Buybacks have been used on 2 heroes. Dire will back their Ursa as well, so it'll be 4 heroes leaving their base, running at KU. Stampede will be used to chase, but Dire now split up. Both teams pop BKBs. We see a roar on Necro, but Necro's absolutely fine. Necro and Ursa have eyes on Zeus, blinked in by Ursa. He will use the Stormcrafter, but he'll be the one left to die. The remainder of Sus will retreat, content with their gains. Range racks top, entire set of middle lane bears, and I believe 3 buybacks.
It's big. Dire needs to like decisively win 2 fights in a row now to win the game. They're in a pretty commanding position before this, but Radiant's currently up 9k gold. No Roshan for at least 2 minutes 30.
And it's definitely, I mean, that's one thing. It could even be upwards of 5 minutes, so if you're Dire looking to win at those 2 big fights as you mentioned, that's going to be hard, especially without the potential of getting that 4th Roshan for a long, long time. We're seeing Dire. They know this bottom lane is where they need to be playing. They know they have equilibrium top lane and middle lane. They can play it slow through the bottom lane, but Dire want to make some kind of play before Radiant RS5. They know they're loosely split because there's no Zeus. They cannot be as 5. Ursa and Undying are smoked. That Sloth has Overpower prepped, looking for some kind of play, but Radiant, I don't think they saw the smoke, but they seem to know something is up. Looking at their vision, they only see a Centaur right now, and they will dodge the major Ursa gank. Dire will get wards up. Correction, they will get sentry wards up. But they will get no kills.
I mean, Dire's got pretty good control of the map still. Radiant's doing a nice job of just kind of waiting for those Zeus to respawn.
Radiant's courier has been
Ooh.
killed.
That's kind of unfortunate, losing your courier like that, because he just had the refresher. Just needs to actually buy it.
I guess he can potentially waddle on over, but it is a lot safer with that courier, of course. And actually, he can grab at the enemy secret shop now, think about it. This his entire team's playing this area. I think Zeus will head there at some point as well, and when they're playing this sort of Dire tri-camp area, then it's a grab that good old refresher orb, play Dire tri-camp, push in the lane mid, push in the lane bot, play it relatively slow, because they're in no rush right now. They have 4 minutes before Dire buybacks in their cores. All 3 cores use buyback in that last fight, so they know Dire must play with some degree of caution, because once you get dieback Ursa, dieback Centaur, dieback Necro, all could be catastrophic. Radiant are smoking to attempt to find one. Looking at their vision, they see 2 heroes bottom. So if anybody is top, and they see Fastlaw top via Thunder God's Wrath, Nimbus was off the mark. That's a good prediction idea for Malefic. If it ended up hitting, it would have been game-winning, but alas, poor Malefic, it did not hit.
I'm surprised he didn't try to refresher and do it again. But I think it's probably more reasonable not to go for that. They can just keep running, trying to chase and find some fights.
Hey, Roshan's back. That's another very early Roshan respawn if memory serves. Once again, we were talking about long respawn. It's already back and it's already dead. It's all 4 items to be claimed. Aegis to KU. Seeing Ags, apparently to Beastmaster. We're seeing Cheese to Florida Storm and the Night Stalker, and the Refresher Orb to Night Stalker as well, apparently. That is... Huh. I guess they want double Ascension, double BKB.
Yeah, it makes sense a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised to see him pass it to the Zeus. Yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. I'm not sure if he has the mana to really... He actually does not have the mana for all his spells right now, because...
He does have a soul ring. It's currently backpacked.
Currently backpacked, yeah. Even then, that's still a lot of mana costing me. That's 1,500 through Thunder God's Wrath alone. Throw in problem solved. Get an arcane rune. Why not? Just get an arcane rune. That's... Thank you, Ice Frog.
I mean, chances are he's not casting triple Thunder God's triple Nimbus, 3 bolts. Like he probably won't do this in a fight.
But he can now. He can do it now.
For a little while. Little
That's
while.
the option.
Got a Lincoln's queued up right now. That's pretty cool. I guess it's good. Saves you from the Abyssal.
Eventually, even put the Lincoln on a teammate as well if they're getting jumped on. So there's a lot of cool plays to be had there if you're Zeus.
They have not been able to get.
Oh, you're saying?
They have not been able to get Winter's Curse plus Fury Swipes once this game.
I think you might be right, actually. Maybe it was like one example early on, but definitely no consequential fight where it happens. I guess maybe we'll see it next fight. I mean, there is still at least one more fight before the game's over, so plenty of time for the Fury Swipes to play. Look at Clueless. He knows the danger. Well, if he didn't beat him, he might be dead right now. Because he BKB'd the TP. And Malefic had the right idea. He Thunder God's Wrath the scout for a Nimbus play. That was a good. I mean, it's a very conservative play from Clueless, but a very good play nonetheless.
Voice Beast. Radiant's taking their time with this Aegis right now to go high ground. I guess it's not easy. The heroes kind of suck at going high ground.
There's still half duration, but I guess 2.5 minutes goes pretty fast. We see Keita poking top lane. If you can
He's top
distract heroes. Oh, he is. You're right. Yes. Huh. I'll be.
That 5.9k gold infusion.
We are looking at Dire's buybacks coming up again, though. Necro up as buyback in 15. Centaur in a minute. Ursa in a minute. So Radiant have lost their windows knowing that Dire don't have buyback on their core. Sure, they got the Aegis and a lot of gold during that time, but they've gotten no more buildings. Netherrack's top, stand. Bottom's racks, stand as well. So Dire have things to fight around.
Goes another blind hook. I mean, I think Radiant is just trying to think of a good way to take this upcoming engagement. Because I'm not really sure how they do it. Like, I think that they're just trying to farm as much of the map as possible right now. And honestly, that might be all they get with this Aegis, which is kind of depressing.
Now that is... I mean, it's better than nothing, I guess, but it's still not what you want from the Aegis. Just some farm, some map control. Maybe it's your first Aegis, you're fine with that, but it's not the first Aegis. It's the fourth Aegis. It's minute 51. We're late game. We're officially in the late game, and you want to know? You know what I'm about to bring up. You already know what's going to be, but we're gonna bring up
5th tier of neutral items.
we're gonna bring up the game ender itself, the tier 5 neutral items, and there's a joke between me and Logical in this plan. Wherever we mention tier 5 items, the game usually ends right afterwards. So we'll have to find out if we do see tier 5 neutrals.
That hasn't been true the past couple times, but yeah, for the most part, I think it has been more true than it hasn't been.
We'll find out. I mean, we have 8 minutes to decide to prove me right or prove me wrong, don't we?
It's true.
Seems like Dire want to prove me wrong. They're content to sit in their base forever. I mean, they can go down 20k gold, 30k gold, 40k gold, 50k gold for all they care. Their gameplay doesn't really change. I mean, they have the items they need and the heroes they need to fight. It's just hit things with Ursa, curse things, use Scythe, I guess. You have 2 Scythes on Polo, because they have the 3rd Roshan for Refresher Shards still on Necrophos. What is that now? 15 minutes later, so it's... I guess that's our gameplay, is to sit in the base, wait for Radiant to come and make a mistake, and I guess if they just don't make a mistake, you just lose.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're just trying to wait out the Aegis for the time being.
That seems correct, but they've been in there for longer than they've been there for longer than the Aegis, I think. They've been there
Why, thank you.
for a while.
It's probably true.
How many pauses are we at, actually? Is that 6 for the series now? 5 or 6, right?
Yeah, I haven't been keeping track.
I was keeping track, but my mind has lost the track.
Chill, bro. Chill, bro. Why, thank you.
Who is Chillax? They're like a Russian team, right, or something?
They are Eastern Europe, I think.
Okay.
Or Western Europe, I think.
Okay. I knew there was one of the two because once again, I follow 4 regions and they're not in one of those 4 regions, so I was like wondering if it's Western Europe or I'm guessing like what, like Eastern Europe or Western Europe Div 2.
Yeah. They're one of the favorites actually. I think they're like they're protected to do pretty well.
Nice. Any big name players or just some anime lady voice back?
No, I don't think so. I take a peek. Maybe next time.
Oh, that's the Greek guy. That's big name. Former major finalist, Boston Major.
Technically, oh yeah, that was a major.
It was back when majors meant something too. Back when majors meant something. Yeah, I guess majors mean something again, but there was like a 2-year period where majors meant nothing.
Majors like really mean something now. Majors are huge. But yeah, I mean, the system before was nicer.
We went from majors mattering to majors not mattering to now majors matter again, even probably more than before. Because before it was money, and now it's TI qualification. I guess before it used to be indirectly qualifying for TI, but now it's hey, you win a major, you probably use straight up the deep sea points to go to TI.
The old format for invites for like everything was a little bit whack, but I mean, I feel like the older system was just nicer.
It was nice to have $3 million majors. It was nice. Now it's most definitely not $3 million. It's like 500 grand, which is decent, but it's not $3 million.
Yeah.
They're seeing Dire smoke up. They've dewarded their jungle. Radiant seem to know they're content to fight the way they're positioning. Blink in by Fat Sloth on the Beastmaster. He'll BKB the cookie away, but he's still being run up by two. We see Aurora on Neko, but Dire turn to Snapfire, who will go set to remain alive. The Scythe will bring down Snapfire. Now Dire head over to Big Bad KU, but he's bashed. Now, the Refresher War on the Ursa. Ursa might just die. He's trying to fight. Can he live? He's being glimmered. He's trying to run. The curse, but no! That's Sloth dead! Hook in, Polo dead! Both big cores dead. All three cores buyback. And now, Dire need big kills. For the Swarm will cheese. But once again, he has been bashed. Dive Bomb delays Flesh Canoe's chase. But the Ursa has an Abyssal Blade. For the Swarm will fall. But again, it is sus winning a team fight. Sure, you lose two, you buy back on a Snapfire, but you kill three cores, and all three are forced to buy back.
It's very nice. Okay, so the game is finally progressing a little bit. There might be another Roche respawn though. This fight is like good for Radiant. They get a couple very clear win conditions. Triple core buybacks and Dire. I think if Dire plays their cards right though, they can control the map with this Night Stalker death until or because with the Night Stalker death and the fact that the Zeus refresher and spells are cooldown, and if they can like put that into Roshan as a 1 minute respawn as well, then I think they can be okay even though their buybacks are on cooldown. Oh!
Big jump from KU. But the creeps were killed that Radiant were keeping to Clueless. Invis with Trickster Cloak and BKB active will get away from KU over to the bottom lane. Keita sweating of bullets right now. Shiva's will scout. Now Keita will BKB, but Dire can get through it. They have a curse, they've got a basher, and they have a scythe. There's plenty of means to run down Keita. His life will be lost. There is no way out. Beastmaster has fallen, but he does have buyback.
Yeah, okay, that was a pretty big pickoff, honestly, for Dire. Now they're like almost definitely gonna get Roshan. With all four.
Oh man, this Roshan, this is the 5th Roshan. You've complained a number of times about lads teams not crafting Roshan in a timely fashion. There's gonna be 5 Roshans this game, Logical. Is that enough Roshans for you?
What? Is that enough Roshans? Yeah.
Is that enough Roshans for you? 5 Roshans? In
It's not the
56
amount.
minutes?
That's not that crazy. That's like what, like 1 every 11ish minutes.
Yeah, I mean they're keeping on pace this game. They're killing Roshans. That's their
This
goal.
one's not dead.
Kill Roshans.
Wonder if it takes the Aegis for, or not the Aegis, sorry, I wonder if it takes the Ags for Dire, because currently none of their heroes have an Agnum Scepter, and I think they're all good in different scenarios.
How is that even possible, actually? It's min 57, none of them mags. Wow. Surprised.
I mean, I think that most likely they're just going to give it to Centaur, but I think giving it to Wyvern also has its merits. The boy does have a Witchblade.
Well, again, Thunder God's Wrath will scout, letting Radiant know, hey, Dire are over here, nowhere near the Roshan pit. Guess what we can grab? The 5th Roshan of the game, though it's actually not going too well right now. It's aggroed outside of the pit at that. Dire
Okay.
I don't know what they're doing. They're chilling, but I guess Radiant grabbed the Roshan.
Yeah, that was big. They just kind of stood around for a little while. Let the Beastmaster respawn. Now they're gonna get Aegis for Radiant.
Aegis to KU, Aghanims to for the Swarm, Cheese to for the Swarm, and Refresher, probably to Malavik, who will once again have 3 rounds of spells in this next fight.
And an Arcane Rune.
Didn't we just do this like 10 minutes ago? I swear we did this 10 minutes ago.
He had no mana, by the way, for that the last fight. I don't even think he had the shard in that fight. I think it was just Refresher Orb, and he like ran out of mana extremely fast. He, I'm not even sure. He needs old no talisman.
I think he is the king of gods, so maybe he's just here to break down. We're just gonna go full circle. What are we can see? Radiance currently playing as 5 in the Dire jungle area. This top meta racks appears to be their targets. Dire are only in their base as 3 right now, and it is the softer of the 2 targets, being those top racks out in the bottom racks. I'm sure Dire don't want to give it up. They have 4 in the area. It's everybody but Ursa. And Radiant, so you know what? I don't want to go top racks. Top racks is for posers. Let's go bottom racks instead. Let's farm the Dire Trident for the upteenth time. Push in the middle lane, push in bottom lane, and again put their eyes upon this bottom racks and just ensure the Ursa is forced to TP back, which he has done.
I would have liked to see Radiant stack the Dire Ancient Camp, because the 60-minute mark is next minute. If you're able to like stack their Ancients and then go farm them right at the 60-minute mark, maybe you can get like 2 or 3 tier 4 or tier 5 item drops. That's a big power spike, getting your tier 5s before the enemy team.
So
It looks like they're preparing.
I was wrong. It's minute 60.
They're getting ready right now. I think I think they can try to like.
Thunder God's Wrath scouts. Oh, it's blocked by a boar, I think. So Flesh Canoe will escape with his life, it appears. He's in the trees, but wait, Radiance, they're pinging him. They don't see him. He's fine.
Seer Stone Zeus. Oh, okay, Giant's Ring. That's solid on Pudge, I think.
He's walking it over it. He's literally walking it over.
We talk about this with Kaido. Oh, okay, Seer Stone is on Zeus, I called it. Anyway, so I think the best tier 5 items are still like Ex Machina and Arcanist armor, but like Force Boot's also really broken. Have to see what they get. But those are the big 3 in my opinion.
I guess at this point, if Radiant can, they'll just ensure Dire cannot get neutrals. And if they have the 5 tier 5 neutrals and the Aegis and the cheese, they're not getting any stronger than that. So at that point, you have to force Aegis. Like, all right, we have tier 5s, we have 6 lives, we have cheese, we have refresher. Let's go. We're not getting any bigger. You will eventually get tier 5 neutrals, and then at that point, you got none of the good items.
Yeah, they actually did
no
farm
Force
all of
Boots, no Ex Machina, no Arcanist armor. Sure, they get some decent items, but they did not get any of the big 3 items there.
Yeah, that's. I mean, as long as Dire like they don't have to do anything, to be honest, on Radiant. Like maybe they will go high ground, but if Dire just sits in their base, then they can sit and farm until tomorrow. You know, like. I think the onus is still on Dire to do something. Like, they'll probably do something after this Aegis runs out, and then they'll like maybe try to go for some kind of a smoke maneuver. But
it's Radiant doing something. They're smoked up as 4. Giant's Ring walking into the Dire base. Here we go, baby. It's Hook being missed time, and the Ranger Axe will get glyphed. Dire do not want to give up their buildings. Did you see how large that hook was, the model? With the Giant's Ring?
Yes. So it goes.
Hook in. That's how do you dodge that? Actually, it's massive.
I think the hitbox is the same on it.
But it looks weird. How do you see where it's going when it's like
yeah.
It's like 400 meters wide? Thunder God's Wrath, the Scout, Ranger Axe to fall, so Dire have lost racks in all 3 lanes, but not in all 3 lanes for both racks yet. Top lane roar in. They want Clueless. Clueless has a buyback. Curse only on 1. In blinks for the Swarm, silencing Ursa. Bigamy from Necro. The Scythe in. The Night Stalker has fallen. Centaur buying back Dire have 5, Radiant have 4. The smoke to chase. Radiant have 5 lives with the Aegis, but it is time to leave because your Aegis is expiring, which means it is minute 63 and this game will not be ending anytime soon, it appears.
Dire's gonna get the chance to farm up their tier 5 items as well now. Well, I think Radiant misexecuted a little bit on that fight. Oh, Clueless?
Yeah, it's caught Keita, but
he's gonna
there's
BKB.
a BKB and roar away by Keita. KU has arrived, linking in for Micro Fry. Malefic lower pressure the Nimbus to bring down the Wyvern. Now Radiant want more. We see a roar, reflected, but still on point. When they kill Centaur, that will be a dieback. He'll attempt to run away, but he's half HP. He's rapidly dying. Radiant see him. The hook in, the dieback on Centaur. And now, the run towards Flesh Canoe, the cookie, the dismember, the damage. It will be enough. The Undying will fall. He does have back. We see a hook on Necro as well. The fantastic hook from KU. He will get hexed. He will get slain. The curse was blocked by Lincoln's on Malefic and Dire are running out of tools to fight with. No Winter's Curse, no Centaur. Fatsloth will attempt to fight, but he's trying to stand his ground, but it's simply not working. Radiant are too tanky. The Necro is being run at. He's half HP. BKB has no buyback. Will live for now. Radiant now move to the Ursa. They're still kiting him. They kill the barracks. Beastmaster dead. Fatsloth dead. Both will buy back. Dismember on Necro. That will be a dieback. Undying is dead. That is a dieback. They run at Wyvern. He's slowed. He's low. He will die. Never mind. The hook was blocked by Zeus, so he will live. He will not die back yet. But Radiant know they are up 5 heroes to 2. Curse is on cooldown. There is no way to fight. The hook in on Wyvern. That will be a dieback. Fatsloth desperately will attempt to fight. There is no winning the 1v5. He will die. That will be a dieback. That will be a full 5-man wipe. And Sus will even the series at 1-1 in a 65-minute epic.
Okay, the end of that game was pretty wild. Pudge is OP, I guess.
Pudge
That's
was
it.
undefeated on the night. He was 2-0. Jesus.
I thought Dire had opportunities that game. It wasn't like decisive. I mean, that game was definitely really back and forth. Taking a peek at the XP and net worth graph, it is quite wobbly.
Surprised it was as even as it was at minute 45. So this felt like Radiant had a bunch of map control then, but apparently it did not matter. Apparently,
Honestly,
the
I don't even remember what it was like at minute 45.
Radiant was playing Dire Tricamp and just sitting there at that point, right? Or was that after that?
40? I mean, I'll take your word for it.
I don't know, it's been a while. It's been a long game.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I agree with you. Yeah.
They might have only been doing that for 20 minutes, actually, now I think about it, because I felt like they were there the entire game, but it's fresh in the memory, just sitting at the Tire Tricamp with 5 heroes. Well, we went in talking about narratives if Sus win 0-2 or lose 0-2, and they've won 1, and if memory serves, I said that if it was a 1-1, then both teams have shown something that they're willing to compete, but neither team are true contenders quite yet, and I guess after watching tonight, it sounds about right.
Yeah. I mean, it was 1-1 as you predicted.
The full circle back to game 1 straps. The full circle back. I'm tired. You tired?
I'm definitely tired. KU and Malfic had the exact same score. 10-3. No, they didn't. Never mind. Malfic like super carried him. He had 1 more assist.
What for damage? Zeus or Pudge?
Easily.
Pudge. Oh,
easily Zeus.
God, it's Zeus by 30,000. That's... But if you look at damage received, Zeus 20,000, Pudge 104,000. That's a lot of damage received. Do you have any more analysis for us, logical, or are you good?
I'm good.
Cool. You got any final words, call out shots, say to the people of League of Lads and twitch.tv/BadgerBubble?
Has Neff been dodging me?
I didn't actually ask him to cast today, so maybe
Okay.
not. But
Call out to Neff. He's still dodging me.
still call it out, Neff.
Yeah.
This is my 4 plays beefing at you. Logical. But
Me and 4-player aren't beefing anymore.
really,
Yeah,
that's good, I guess.
definitely.
Let's see. Let's go through the usual. Thanks to the viewers for tuning on in. Thank you to Logical Dota for casting this 1-1 draw between Toilet Jork and Sus with me. If you want to watch this again, I think we'll be back on like Friday night or something. We're Sus taking on this Nebula team. Assuming Logical's available that night. If you want us to cast your games, cast your tournaments, if you're a DPC tournament organizer or whatever, trying to hire for your tournaments, contact me on Twitter, twitter.com/BadgerDota2, or on Discord, Badger5713. That's probably it, yeah. Once again, as always, thank you for watching, and have a great night.